Haha! Now find me. Yeah, completely lost connection. I was like, what the heck? That's crazy. Crazy. So here I am again, talking to you again on the same thing again. And we got that all set aside again. So maybe it's time we go behind the VPN or something. I don't know. Who gives a fuck? Well, let's just stay off of Skype. How about that? I'll just get off of Skype. I'll just hang up on Skype. Goodbye, Skype. And I'll just sit here by myself and talk to you beautiful people. How about that? Yeah, I went back on the air just to say hi. I did get knocked off the air. I know I need to get off the Wi-Fi, but I can't do this thing. No, it's bad. You can't understand how you do it. It's like, it's hard. I have this fake account that's called FBI Cyber Unit because I thought it would make people go, wow, that's the FBI. But that's not the one we're on anymore. That's funny. So now what do I talk about? You can't hear me? You have to reload the page. You have to go to my new page. Hold on. There's a new show up. Hold on. I'll figure it out. This one. Let me bring the link to the old chat room. You're supposed to reset whatever. Hold on. Let me find it. Episodes. I don't even show the old show. Online, and then it doesn't show the old show's even uploaded yet or whatever. So there you go. I don't know how to tell you to do that. Something is dropping. Excuse me. Something is dropping. It may be Spreaker. Let's do a speed test. Let's see. Run speed test. You know, when you pay what you pay for cable, you have to call them and just wear their asses out. You have to. This should be over in the hundreds. Oh, are you kidding me? No way. We're calling back. This is horse feathers. I guess I won't bore y'all to death because it only did 31 and it should be 120. That's what I pay for. I'm going to call them back and wear their asses out because I pay for ultra fast internet service. And I just got 30. What? I'm normally 100. Y'all want to hear me call them back? Are y'all bored? Would y'all rather hear me call back and tell these people that this is horse feathers? We got to get them.
Welcome to Spectrum.
All this
This
bullshit
call may
again.
be monitored or recorded for quality assurance purposes.
Para español, marque 5.
You can respond to this system using your voice or the text code. I have your phone number at 2. Okay, starting with the area code. Just to be sure, I understand. Okay, got it. Now, in a few words, please tell me what you're calling about. You can say things like, or my phone's not working. Okay. Now tell me why you're...
Technical support.
Got it. One moment while I pull up your technical support information. Please tell me which of the following services you'd like help with. TV, Internet, or... Thanks. I'm not seeing an Internet outage in your area.
Ah, come on.
If you're calling to activate a new modem, say activate. Otherwise, are you able to connect to the Internet?
Yes.
Okay. And which would you like help with?
Customer service, please. Customer service, please.
You wanted to talk to a representative. Is that right?
Yes.
Please hold for a customer service representative. Tidewater Cable is interested in your feedback on
Oh,
how
not
we can provide
again.
the best service. You will be willing to answer a few questions regarding the service you are about to receive. We would like to call you back within the next 15 minutes. Please press 1 if you'd like to provide feedback, or press 2 if you don't wish to provide feedback.
Why did I hit 2 twice?
Hi, thanks for calling to get that support. This is David. How can I help?
Yeah, I called a minute ago. You were helping me with my internet service. Remember, it was FBI Cyber Unit. Was that you?
Sure. Oh, yeah, it is.
How did I get
What
you
happened?
again? That's weird. Well, now I did a speed test, and I did a speed test, and it's only going to like 30. It should be over 100.
How much? Download?
32. I pay a lot of money for this, and it's supposed to be laying the needle completely over. So we have to go to another server or something. Wait a minute. Now hold on. We just went to 90. Hold on. I hate that speed service. Let me go to the Time Warner Cable one. Okay. And here we go. Starting test. Thank you. Begin test. And it says, it's so slow. Come on, you idiot. 55, 54, 53, 50, 48, 48, 49, 50, 54. It's going to be around 50 probably. That still sucks.
And you're still on the 5G, right?
56, 14, and the upload test is going to be probably 20. Okay, what did you say? I'm seeing a lot of what?
You're still on the 5G?
Let me look. Yeah, but we need another server, not another account. Because the other day the guy was checking out these different servers in my area. And he found a really fast one. He kept saying, okay, do a speed test now, do a speed test now. And every time I did it, and when I did...
Yeah, I'll try to switch.
Okay.
Okay.
Apparently I'm in a busy area or some crap like that. I don't care.
All right, you gotta run speed tests.
All right. Starting now. Hold on. Click. And it's 50, 45, 47, 49, 50. Nah, it's not that one. That one sucks. It's not good.
Okay.
Can you try?
Channel.
Okay. Switch channels again.
All right.
Oh, wow. The upload's only 18. No, that's not going to work at all. I'll end up pulling my hair out over here.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. 55, buddy. And 23. That's horrible. Those don't even add up to 100. Sorry.
Yeah.
You're on my podcast with me. It's just me and you now, Spectrum Man.
All right, are you on a test?
Yes, I'll test it right now. Here we go. 64, 61, 62, going down, 58, 62, 57. Nope, sucks.
Okay.
Yeah. He hit it on about the 4th or the 5th one. Yeah, the other one's even worse. The upload speed is like 5. No, I'm joking. It's pretty bad, though. So what is your name, sir? It's 52, 51, 52, 56, 57. No, this is not going to work at all. Can you change the channel and look for a faster one?
Sure.
Crap. Charter Spectrum Internet Speed Test. That way I can keep it. You can keep a copy of the results and stuff. Okay. Tell me when to begin the test.
Sure. Hold on.
Okay. Should I hardline into this? Should I Ethernet cable this computer?
Yeah, you may as well. And let's see if we're getting, 100. So when it comes to Ethernet, yeah, the signal is really goes right to your device. So now here's the last, channel.
All right, here we go.
Network.
All right.
Let's see.
I'm getting 85, 89, 79, 84, 85, 86, 88, 89, 91, 92, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102. Okay, it's going. All right, bye. Do that one, okay?
All right.
All right, bye, David. Thank you.
All right. You too.
And that's how it's done. If your internet is slow or acting like an idiot, you call them and you say, "Hi, this is so-and-so. My internet's acting like a freaking idiot. So change it while I wait." Yeah, we're to 105 now. Bitch. We be cruising. JP, how are you doing? Hi, Polly B, how are you? Yeah, we're swimming in the old Wi-Fi soup, says RD. So, RD, I have an internet connection right over there on that side of the room, but we'll just wait and do that later. So what do y'all want me to talk about now? You want me to play some music or talk about dancing or tell you a story or another bedtime story? Or whatever? Because I'm all alone over here. I'm a lonesome person. I'm a very sad, lonesome person. Hey, JP, look what Mr. Midnight Movie sent me. Do I still have that open? I don't even know. This is going to make you laugh. Listen. This is horrible.
Dear BX, I feel you are the one. What's your name? Where are you from? I'm in love, though we never met. Looking for clues, I search the net.
Ugh, gag me with a rusted fork. Okay, tell you about my grandmother? My grandmother, on my mother's side of the family, was very paranormal-ish, like they're very intelligent women, highly intelligent women. But she was able to, she had this enormous house in East Texas. And it was one of those houses where they had rooms for let, just like in the movie, Forrest Gump. But the house didn't look like that. That's a southern, what do they call those? A southern plantation. My grandmother's house was just a neighborhood, but it was a big house. It was like 2-story and stuff. And she would let rooms out to these gentlemen. There was 2 gentlemen that were there, and one time, my Aunt Audie, my Uncle Audie, if you look in my family was the one that they founded that place where they were at. I don't really want to give out too much information, but that was, like you say, Tullison, let's say your last name was Tullison, that's the same thing that's going on here. Well, anyway, the bottom line is one time in the 1930s, my grandmother's sister, Bonnie and Clyde, came by their house, and they were really nice to them. And they just said that they needed a place to stay, and they stayed there. They were really nice. He said they said they slept all night. They took baths. They didn't take anything, and they didn't even know it was Bonnie and Clyde until they were leaving. And they actually said, we're Clyde Barrow and Bonnie whatever. And they were like, what? And then one time, my grandmother, she would always make her own soap. She made lye soap, and she was really weird. I don't remember her a lot because she was my grandfather was 62 years old when my mother was born. Okay, and so if that tells you anything, it's like when he married her, he was in his late 40s, and my grandmother was only 20. So it was like one of those December-May romances. And he was a Mason, and he did a lot of work like that. And my mother had a sister that was born back in sometime like the 1930s or something, the 40s. It was a really weird deal. And she died when she was only, I think, 10 months old, because there was a disease going around called, what was it called? It was called something infantitum. I can look it up and find out what it is if I'm even working here. Yeah, it's working now. Okay. All right. If I go to this place, it was called, and what she died from was very sad. It was called, well, let me look it up. And her sweet little name was Opal. Isn't that sad? And I actually have a copy of her her death certificate. And it's really sad. She and my grandmother never really got over that. And so she was very, because when a female loses a child, it is supposed to be one of the most traumatic things that you can go through in anybody's life. It's worse than anything. It's worse than losing your spouse. It's worse than losing a parent. It's worse than losing anything. It's supposed to be life-altering. And so she went through this with her firstborn child, and it was very traumatic for her. And she was very active in the church and stuff like that. But there were people in the community that thought she was not a witch, but she was mystical, is what I'm saying. Let me give you an example. Like, she would say, Deb, somebody's coming to see us. It's a female. And I'd be going, okay. And then about 10 minutes later, somebody would roll up. You know what I mean? It was just like really weird. And it was like she could not tell the future, but she was just really weird. I don't remember her that much. And, of course, I didn't really know her that much. I'm trying to find her. Somewhere there's a place where she's at. Let me find it this way. She died from infantum, and there was a plague going around with this stuff, and it was supposedly in the heart of the summer in Texas. Let me look it up. I'm just going to sit here and guess. Hang on, everybody. Let me look it up. All right, going to my mom's place. All right, here we go. All right, it says right here. Okay, here she is. And here's the picture. Hold on, let me get it. Let me go back. And it's so sad because my grandfather was a Mason, and he made the thingamabob. What do you call it? She died from cholera, cholera, cholera infantum. Acute cholera infantum, and it's supposed to be a very traumatic way to go out. It's like you start with like violent. It comes from contaminated water or milk. And my mom said that she had just started eating, and this is what her dad told her, and her aunt told her and all that she had just started eating, and they were feeding her mashed potatoes off the table. Everybody was eating them, but there's something in a child's stomach that they can't fight this. Well, it says that cholera infantum is an acute infectious disease of infancy characterized by diarrhea and severe cases of vomiting with rapid emaciation. This disease is largely confined to the summer months in high temperature zones and has its acme of occurrence and mortality in the period of greatest heat. Cases have occurred as early as April, but June and July is said where it's supposed to be really bad. Children in the crowded portions of cities are more subject to cholera infantum than those in the suburbs or the country. The factors producing digestive disorders are directly causative. Artificially fed children are more frequently attacked than those that are breastfed. Contaminated milk supply is commonly responsible for the disease. It says eating unripe or decomposing fruit or whatever, blah, 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 blah. Now, what happened is I was looking up, I went one step further because I thought to myself, wait a minute, was this her fault? You know, is this something that she did accidentally? Accidentally? And it says cholera infantum is so named because of its clinical resemblance to Asiatic cholera. The diarrhea is first something and then whatever. And then it says the pulse is rapid and weak, the temperature is... And supposedly, they call the doctor. It says death can occur in 24 hours. So it's like some sort of thing that you contract from... It's called bacillus... It's called dysentery. That's basically what it is dysentery. Okay? And they had everything... the doctor came over and everything. This is back in the old days, okay? When there was not, what we have now. She had a high fever and all kinds of stuff like that. It's very sad. Very sad. So I looked up that time of the world, and in that time of the world, there was an enormous amount of cases of cholera infantum going whoosh, like right through where we were because I looked it up. It says she was born in hold on, let me look it up. Cholera infantum. And it's INFANTU. It's infant and then UM. Infantum. So it's either infantum or infantum. Let me see. TUM. And it says... Yeah, there it is. It says the development of... It says the death rate... For this. Listen to this. This is... Okay, we got a 404 Google error. Are you kidding me? This is doing this shit again. Oh, it won't open. Again, people? No. Hold on, let's see if we can hit it now. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. There it is. It says the pediatric test of Louis Starr from describes scarlet fever. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. Just wait a minute. There was a big public health thing going on when this happened. So it was something more. They know more about it being caused by something or whatever. I don't know what it is, but I'll look it up some other time when my computer's acting normal because I can't go to websites again. Did I get knocked off the air again? Are you kidding me? Yeah. Well, I can't do anything. I'm just getting knocked off the air. I'm going to call and cuss out those Steve Adam 12. Steve Adam 12. Walt was a Freemason. Oh, my grandmother and grandfather didn't have slaves. That's for sure, Curtis. But she died. Here's her thing. It's so sad. My mother's mother's name was Allie, Allie. Isn't that pretty? And her maiden name was Tomerlin, and that means they were directly off the boat. Yeah, and so sad, so sweet. I was telling you a minute ago, my grandfather was a Freemason, and no, he wasn't. Yeah, he was in. No, he's got a ring and everything. I probably shouldn't be telling you all this. And cool. Wow, my grandfather was born in 1800. Wow, that's amazing. That is so cool. That is weird. And then my mother had a sister that died very young, and then my mother died very young, and so I shouldn't even probably be here if you think about it. Right? I should probably be somewhere pushing up daisies. It says, it just loaded. Where's the cholera infantile talking, numbnuts? Hold on. Infectious diseases impacted children the most in the early part of the 1900s. It wasn't smallpox. It wasn't this. It wasn't post-diphtheria paralysis or whatever. It was things along the lines of fevers and tetanus and stuff like that. Blah, 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 blah. Let me see if I can find that word I'm looking for. And cholera. Let me see. That would be CHOLER. There we go. Dysentery, or bloody flux, was emphasized as a serious and very common problem of children, particularly in the summer, when Dr. Benjamin Rush wrote in detail about cholera infantum and coined the term in 1777. Rush was the most influential American physician of his day and signed the Declaration of Independence and lectured and published documents and stuff regarding pediatric disorders, including cholera infantum and diphtheria. Cholera infantum, or summer diarrhea as it's also known, appeared each year in epidemic form and emerged later as the particularly important problem for young children as more crowded urban areas developed. In the year 1794, Dr. Rush also described a major epidemic of yellow fever in the Philadelphia area, which killed 1/8 of the population. Wow. It says epidemics of measles were noted in the years 1688, 1758, 1770. More than 900 children in Charleston, South Carolina died in the 1772 epidemic alone. Let me see if I can keep going here. Cholera. Let's see. Stephen came down with the rotavirus. My brother came down with meningitis. My cousin came down with scarlet fever. I mean, we weren't born back in the 1900s. You know, it was just something that happened. Nobody knows why. It was just like really weird. But it says right here that in Paris they had tuberculosis. We don't care about that. I mean, we do, but we don't want to talk about that. But no, that's what happened, and it was really weird, and I don't know how I got on that. But you asked me about my grandmother. And so from what I understand from my aunts and my cousins and the stories that went down, you know, through whatever, is that she was very sad, a very sad person. And I remember one time seeing her and thinking to myself that she was very sad. She looked like you just wanted to give her a hug and tell her it was going to be okay. She was a real short lady, and she had this big wraparound porch that went all the way around her house. And her house, when you opened the doors, there were ceilings that were really high ceilings, and she had it was really a big, pretty house. And behind there was a storm cellar where you went down, you know, when the bad storms came, because we live in Tornado Alley. And I remember that when I would go down in hers, there were spiders in there, and it was so spooky. And she would take this broom and get the spider, and I'm going, oh, you know, and jumping around. And I was always with my cousins and stuff. And then my grandfather was a very old man. And I don't remember much about him. I mean, I don't remember... But I remember his vision was very, very bad. That's all I remember about him. And I remember he was just really old. I mean, even just even when I was young, he was very old. And he died not too long after I was born. You know what I'm saying? In the year 1658. I'm joking. And my grandparents on the other side, they were actually from that part of Texas. And then in the early, I think 60s or something, my grandfather migrated west to the Caprock up there to open. He was a capitalist, and just like in the movie Gone with the Wind, it's so funny because in the movie Gone with the Wind, the film Gone with the Wind, there's a part of it when Scarlett O'Hara says she goes to see this guy that was supposed to marry her sister anyway, and she says, "You mean to tell me that with all the Georgia pine around here and the war with everything being destroyed, you're not going to make a lumber business?" And so she's a capitalist, and she makes them. Capitalists they go where the need is. Well, my grandfather, from what I understand, on my father's side of the family, they moved out there. My dad didn't go because my dad didn't want to be out there during these cold weathers and stuff. And besides, he wasn't even around anyway. He was always in the service and stuff. And when he had a chance to go out there and join them in this thing that they were doing, they got into radio and into. Well, my grandfather noticed that there were so many cotton gins out there in West Texas, but there was nobody that was called a cotton gin service company, a mobile service company. So my grandfather opened up one of the only service companies that actually serviced the gins. And what the cotton gins worked out of, they had ribs. They were called ribs. And what would happen is you would put the cotton in at the top, and it would fall down, and it would, because cotton's got a lot of little stickery things in it, and the little thing that it comes in, a little cap that it burst open, there's the cotton. If you have to pick that out of that yourself, you'll just destroy your hands, and so they have this way of doing it. But anyway, he did that, and they did very well for themselves. I know that when my uncle, my dad's little brother, opened up his first radio station, he just got a signature loan at the bank for $100,000 and something, just boom, just like that. So they were really doing pretty good out there. My mom's mom, my mom she never had a chance. Her life was just it was one catastrophic event after the other. It was so sad. My mother never had a chance. She was a beautiful girl out of high school. She had her whole life ahead of her. She got married too early, and she had 3 children. And she was too young. It was too much for her to handle because it was too much for her to handle. And then after that, she got removed from her family because she was with my dad living in Fort Polk or Fort this or whatever, going around, and she just didn't do very well. And then she lost her father, and she was Daddy's girl. The funniest story about my mom is when my mom graduated from high school in something like, I don't remember what it was, but her father bought her a brand new Chevy, and it was one of those really fast old cars. And he said that my dad was not, they were dating, and he said, David is not to drive this ever, because he was considered a wild ass. He was like whatever. And so they would go out and everything, and it was just really a cute thing. She was the kind of girl that had poodle skirts on. My mother she died being a very naive, sweet person. She was not evil in any way. She was very sweet, and I felt, I just got chills all over me because I can feel so bad for her sometimes. It just breaks my heart. The only thing that I regret is that my mom didn't live long enough for me to mature enough to look at her and say, I'm sorry for what you're going through or what you went through. So there you go. Is that enough? Is that enough stories? Let me go check on you. Where are you? You are here. Is that enough? Jinns were aliens in the holy days. Fuck you. Steve Rush. There you are. Oh, my God. You should call back in since there's nobody on the line. We'll just do a green bug, black trout Thelma Black married Jesse Green. Josephine Bug married James Trout. That's so cute. The green black bug trout. What am I to do? Well, you have to miss your dad. What are you going to do? Not miss your dad? Oh, I forgot. Let me get back on Skype. If you don't miss your dad, then you're a very bad person. But you have to live for him and be. He would want you to. He's probably laughing at you right now. Look at my son in there on the internet playing around, and I always think that I want my dad to be saying, "Look at Debbie. She's such a goofy, funny, idiot person." You have to live for them and make them proud of what you are and who you are. You know what I mean? And that's just the way I look at it. I look at it like, what's to do? I can't just sit around and woe is me because you're really not doing them. You're not. Hold on a minute. You're not doing them. Okay, it's like if I died, think about it like this, and I knew, hello,
Hello? I'd like to buy an order of green, brown, black sprouts, please.
Green, brown, black sprouts.
Oh, they're delicious. Andy will eat them up like there's no tomorrow, and if he doesn't get off the toilet, there won't be a tomorrow. What am I talking about?
I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm just blabbering.
Hey, well, that's what we do sometimes. It's
only 1:15 in the morning. It's weird. I have so many listens already. It's like I'm up to already, just on this stupid second show, I'm up to 56 live listens. Fucking passing.
Well, when you bring the gold, Deb, people come with their pitchforks.
Did Jewish producer call?
He said he was going to.
No,
he was thinking about doing it.
I had
JP.
I had messages from Goose, Dr. B, and Mr. Midnight Movie. I think Mr. Midnight Movie misses his sugar. Steve has the gangrene. Steve, you are exactly like the Trayvon Martin case. Remember that 911 call? He was going, stop, remember?
Yeah, I actually do. In 11 years of doing it, it's different because you never know what you're going to get. You can get a kid who looks like he's fucking 16 years old, pure snow, and have a fucking piece on him. You just don't know. That's in Chicago. Here, not so much.
Mm-hmm,
but this one kid was a habitual. He's gone already. He's already... I did the paper on him. He's already gone. So the other two, they drove him home because they were 14. He was 17 though. Third time getting into a property. So mom and dad won't be happy.
No, that's not good at all. That's bad. Listen to
I gotta listen to that playback. Oh my god.
I wonder if it's there. Let's see if it's there yet. I don't know if it uploaded or not. Let me check and see. Because earlier,
I think it is.
Earlier it hadn't. Yeah, we don't like him. Don't say any more about that man. We don't like him anymore.
Right.
That is a dead issue. Okay, episodes. Yeah, let's see what you sounded like. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Coming up with a big fat 82 live listens. Here we go with when you were getting murdered. Let's see if we'll just hit here.
Are you really?
It's the only reason this would happen, and the only person that ever does that is the Jew.
All right. Now, if you'd like help with your...
We may be having a live shootout, a live... Oh, here we go. Here we go on the show, boys and girls, so stay tuned. This is getting good. Why can't I go online on Skype anymore? It's like my Skype is like fucked up or something. Some of these men need to get a dog or a cat.
I put a song in your chat room, Debbie.
In my Spreaker?
Yes.
Did he hang up?
I don't know.
What's the matter? You're grouchy and mean. No, he's still there.
Hey, everybody. Hey now.
Hey now.
It's understandable.
Shit, I had speak. Sorry.
It's the happy...
How's that? Does that sound a little better?
Oh, you sound great. Say hi to Steve Rush.
Steve Rush, he's got the gangrene!
What's up, my buddy?
How's it going?
How you feeling, man?
Feel
Living
pretty
dream?
good tonight.
Yes, you are.
Feel very
All
good.
right.
Very good. I had a horrible day, and I'm making the most of my night.
Let me guess, in a green way, yes?
Very, very special green way.
Nice.
Yeah, tonight's a mellow night, but today, let me tell you, today Debbie, can I tell you something?
I wish you would, baby. Go ahead, please.
I really wish that you and me, Steve, Mr. Midnight Movie, Lester, I really wish we can get all on board and start doing something because I have to be honest here. I'm a hardworking man. I'm one of the hardest working men you know, and I hate work. I don't want to have.
Listen to him giggling. I love it.
No, I don't get me wrong. I love to work. I hate work. Like I don't want to go in and check in.
Yeah, and there's
where
some
I'm working for
stupid
someone.
fucks that are making a lot of money doing this. A lot.
Yeah, I mean, you could pay me $1 an hour if it's my own gig. I don't care. I'll make it work. But man, I'm telling you, when I have to go in, I don't care how much I'm getting paid well. But let me just, I fucking hate it. I hate playing by people's dumb corporate rules. I hate the way they set their businesses up. I always demolish them. I always either have to quit or get fired because I start opening my mouth. I start picking management apart. And now I'm in management and I still fucking hate it. Sorry.
Wow.
Just had to vent.
Let it out. Let it out, brother. Let it out.
I have some issues at work.
No, that's the same thing that Philip just went through. He got hired on at one of the biggest architect firms in Dallas, and I looked online and it said that they lay people off just like that if you say something wrong. And Philip got laid off.
You got to play the game. You got and the bigger the company, the worse it is. I mean, I stay in small, mid-sized, small companies, and I can't complain. I'm blessed to work. I'm blessed that my resume is, if I send my resume out to 5 places, I'm going to get 3 responses, and I'll probably get 2 interviews. I mean,
Philip already got another job. He already got another job, and he was laid off last week because he's in art. He's a draftsman. He's very employable, I guess you could say. Yeah. He's so smart.
That's good. That's good work.
People think he's just like this stonehead or whatever. This bad guy. He's not. He's very intelligent. He's smarter than me and smarter than you.
You're talking about your son, right?
No, I'm talking about Heather's boyfriend. Heather's dad.
Oh, that monster. Yeah.
Well, he's.
I'm just gonna...
How do you really feel?
I don't know him. I really don't know him. I shouldn't say that.
That monster.
Very smart.
That monster. Tell me more about that monster.
He is a monster.
She's saying all these kind things. The first thing you say, "Oh, that monster."
No, all I'm saying is
he's a brilliant man.
All I'm saying is he's very smart. I didn't say he was very sweet. Now he likes me, but y'all know how that is. It's kind of hard not to like me. I really don't give people much of a chance to not like me. I'm joking. Time to hit the bong while y'all talk. Go ahead.
Y'all just jealous. Y'all just jealous of Debi Daly.
Let me ask you a question.
Jealous haters.
JP, while she hits her bong, have you ever heard of 99 pineapples?
99 pineapples.
It's a strain of weed.
Pineapple Express used to be one of my favorites, but I'm sure it's maybe a strain or some kind of offshoot from Pineapple Express. Yeah.
I love it, man. Because
and my
it's a
Discordian,
hybrid. It's the high and the low. So that's why
my
I like
Discordian name is Reverend Kundalini Pineapple Man. So
it's pretty heavy. It's a lot more information than I was asking for.
Yeah,
but it's fantastic, and I'll grow because of it. And I know that.
By the way, my house, I have a little plot in the backyard ready. I've set the table. I've done the dirt. I've got really rich soil in the ground. It's all tilled and ready to go. All I need is some really high quality seeds, and I'm going to have myself a little forest in the backyard.
Oh, it's going to be great, isn't it?
Yeah,
growing your own.
Tucked away, so when I have guests over, nobody will, have to look at it. It's kind of a little inconspicuous spot. Yeah.
Put some tomatoes in front of it and some corn. Nobody will know.
There you go. I'm sure my dog will lay some cable right on it.
I was at the dispensary yesterday, and I'm thinking, what the fuck do these people smoke? And I've tried the 99 pineapples, and I really like it.
Oh, is that what you got?
Yeah. And I got a quarter of that, and then I got a quarter of something else, a quarter of something else.
Yeah.
And
what were the other ones?
I love weed, dude. I haven't drank in a year.
My favorite
of weed.
is Jack Herrera. If you ever see a good Jack Herrera, get it, try it. Jack Herrera. Jack Herrera. He used to be a real big pot activist. I think he's either passed away or too old. But Jack. Yeah, they named it after him, and it's a real popular strain here. It usually sells out real quick here. But when I see it,
did you guys go legal yet? Did you?
What's that?
Did you guys legalize yet? I forget if California did.
Yeah, we did, but it does.
Good.
The law got passed, but it doesn't go into effect until 2018.
Now I heard that Vegas is supposed to be like the new Amsterdam because now weed is legal. Everything else, prostitution's legal. Gambling's legal. Everything's legal.
Yeah, you know what the difference there in Vegas is they accept medical cards from other states. They're the only state that does that. So you can bring your California ID, your medical card to Nevada, and you can purchase. Which is.
But I thought they made it legalized. I thought they legalized it in Vegas.
You still need a
driver's license.
Yes. Oh, okay. If the story I read ID, you can use your you can't use your out of state ID here in California when it's legal though.
You can't here in Colorado.
You can use any. Oh, that maybe it used to be. I'd have to check that.
No, because yours is new. Ours was like that too. But when I first got here, the very first time, I was only allowed to buy like an eighth. That was the most that I could buy. Now my Sandy, she could buy as much as she wanted, pretty much, like up to a certain amount, but a lot more than you'll ever be able to fucking smoke.
Right.
And so now that I'm back here this time, now they made it to where if you come in with a regular ID, it doesn't matter from what state, you can get as much as you want. Up to that certain limit, just as a regular employee.
I love Colorado. Where are you in Colorado?
Let's say Denver. Let's say near Denver, near Golden.
Okay.
It's beautiful, dude. It's incredible.
I will be
look
in
up
Denver,
Art by Ogle and you'll see all the photos. Look up Art by Ogle.
I have a friend that lives in Fort. He lives in Fort Collins. I'll be going to flying. No, why? Is it too college town for you?
It's just I need to be more west. I need to be like I want to be as fucking 14,000 feet in the air. That's where I want to be. So I don't like any town unless I'm in
check out Ogle photography, you fuckhead. What are you talking about?
No. It's art by Ogle.
Yeah, I've seen Art by Ogle.
You like it or no?
Yeah.
Cool.
I may not have left a comment last time I went in there, but I've checked it out a couple times.
I appreciate it, man.
There's some real good shots. I like it.
Thank you. You know what I do? I'll tell you one thing right now. You smoke weed and you fucking sit and you start to edit, you edit a whole lot better. You photograph a lot better. When you're drinking and you try it, you suck.
Yeah.
Awful.
The thing is, you just want to be in a. Yeah, it helps to slow down no matter what. And, I think it's a matter of, it's so time consuming. And the thought of, for me, when I get, most days, let's just put it this way, most days, my mind is in warp drive. I'm like, going, you know what I mean? I'm like totally focused on what I need to get done. And when it comes down to, say editing a Mr. Midnight Movie podcast, I mean, that's the last thing I want to do. But if you give me a bong rip and give me a little yoga, stretch out, and just kind of slow it down, then I can get into that and really do some really good damage with that,
Isn't it amazing how it opens up that it's like a valve?
Whoa. Feedback.
I'm sorry, I stood up. I was doing something. Hold on.
Whoa! What the fuck? My dog just died. Thanks.
My dog just died.
Asshole.
What the fuck? My
Murderer.
dog just died. Oh, that's fucking hysterical, man. That's going to be one of my favorite drops ever. What the fuck? My dog just died.
God, Debbie.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So I guess she's back.
No,
Is that what that
I'm not
means?
back. I'm brushing my hair before I sit down. I went across the room to wash my makeup off my face because I want to tell y'all something. It is so hot down here in Dallas that we are melting. I mean, it's bad, guys. We're under a heat wave right
What
now.
the fuck?
I thought you guys
are
just
red
flooding.
flag warnings.
Were you guys just rainy and flooded out the other day?
Yeah,
What's going
we've
on
got-
over there? It's an apocalypse.
It's HARP. It's HARP.
Wow,
I couldn't
it
live in
sounds like it.
Texas if I got paid to live in Texas. I know there's beautiful parts of it. I get that. It's just too flat for me. It's too dusty, and I know they've got some great places.
Debbie, are you a
I'm not
flat
denying
earther? Are you a flat earther?
No, but I will say
Me, I got
this. The other night I was reading in the Bible, and it said in the book of Acts that God said, "This shall go," and He sent them to the ends of the earth.
Doesn't the Bible mention the firmament?
Yep, that's a shelf.
Yeah.
A firmament is actually what I learned about the Bible is when He talked about.
Well, that's how it's being interpreted. The problem, and if you've listened to any of, that fuckface that Mr. Midnight Movie listens to, Stefan Molyneux.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Stefan, I know. You couldn't get any
He's the
more
worst.
boring. You couldn't get any worse than that guy. But
Ooh, you mean
he
shit
does.
on Molyneux?
I give him credit. He does do a really good. He does a good and a bad thing with the flat Earth. He did do a show on flat Earth. If you YouTube it, it's a good listen. But where he fucks up is he gets a caller and he fields questions about flat Earth, and the guy tries really hard and poses some points of the flat Earth, but really, and Stefan's mowing him down and just blowing his ideas out of the water. And the problem there is obviously that, I'd like to really see Stefan Molyneux take on the top. I don't even know who they are. There's a couple guys, I guess, that have dedicated their whole life to flat Earth.
He won't
should
do
get
that.
one of the good.
He won't debate anybody. I'm across the room now making up my bed over here.
Well, he debated this one guy, but it was just a caller, and he was easily destroyable because the guy couldn't support any of his arguments. So, I've heard some real and Joe, what's that guy?
Rogan?
Yeah, Joe Rogan flipped the script on that. At first, he was like, "There's no way the Earth's round," and now he's a total, the Earth is round. So he's changed totally 180 on that, and he's pretty adamant about it. But I have to say, NASA, a lot of those pictures of Earth from NASA look CGI'd, and it's no mystery.
JP, did you say that Joe Rogan is flat or round?
Round.
Okay.
Yeah, round. And people are mad that he flipped the script on that one because he wasn't at first he was flat Earth when he first mentioned it. I think late last year. Now he's got several podcasts where he's totally about round Earth, which it's cool. I'm neither here nor there. I learned what I learned.
You really don't have a decision? You really don't have your own opinion?
I'm an old guy. I learned that the Earth is round, and I'm open-minded, and I'm ingesting. This is all new to me. I didn't even know this was such a huge, massive debate right now. But wow.
The first time I heard about it, Goose told me. I said, "What do you mean flat Earth?" He was like, I was cracking up.
It's unreal. There is so much out there, Debbie. I mean, I've spent the last couple of days just like watching videos. I've wasted so much time. I hate to admit this. Just wasted so much time to what are these?
So much quality life gone.
So much life. I could have been hiking. I could have been making my life better, but I've been watching flat Earth
I want to
videos.
see if this thing's round or flat.
We on a ball? Or are we on a piece of paper?
I think before
What are we doing here?
Plate or ball?
I think before too long. Hold on, I'll sit back down in a minute. I'm almost done. That we will have, we have those little mini helicopters right now. Those little mini airplanes you can buy.
Drones?
No, the ones that you sit your body in.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Capsule? Where they freeze dry you?
No. Have you ever researched miniature helicopters?
Mm-hmm.
where you
Like
buy,
a
yeah,
drone?
those are-
you buy them.
Oh, mini oh, I've seen those. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that soon enough. Hold on, I'm almost sitting back down. I think that soon enough we will be able to. I mean, probably not in my lifetime or your lifetime, but people will be able to go high enough to see the curve of the Earth.
Yeah, I don't know. If you're
Okay.
out there listening right now, I really want to hear a flat earther call in and argue and debate with Debbie and anybody else.
Me.
If I'm
It's
here,
crazy.
fine. So be it. But yeah, Steve, I just want to hear a good conversation on Debbie's show for some reason about the flat Earth one time. I just want to get it out there, you know.
I don't believe that it's flat. I can't. I think if y'all were to give me a lie detector, I just could not say that because it makes too much it makes too much sense about the sun orbiting.
Yeah, but yeah. You're right. I mean, and what about the other planets? Is that and for it to be true, and if you look at the flat earthers, one of the basis of their argument is that everything that NASA has done in the last 60 years is completely made up.
Mm-hmm.
And you're talking about millions of people involved in the NASA's program. I mean, you're telling me that millions of
Hey,
people.
I could get Pluto on here.
Dude,
to debate
I'm
somebody.
all
He's
for that.
really
To me, that's
smart.
riveting. That would be riveting at this point because I keep seeing it everywhere. Everyone talks about it. It's just, and it would get you a ton of hits.
Yeah, because
Do it, Deb.
I could get it.
It
Hold
really
on, I'm
would.
trying to put these dishes up here. I made a mess. I mean, I didn't clean up this whole area of the house today.
Or you could just take Stefan Molyneux's word for it. It's round. Fuck that guy.
I don't
Well,
know.
I think I'm going to agree with him once.
I think you have to do your own. I mean, I don't believe what anybody tells me. I don't care who it is. Y'all know
How to
me.
do your own research. Yeah.
I'm very
Apparently, there are tests. There are ways to do it, and a lot of people are doing it now. There's some kind of device that you can buy, and you can do your own test. Something that shoots up into the air, kind of like those old rockets that I used to play with when I was a kid. But they go super high, and apparently they can measure if there's any curvature or flatness.
Yeah, just
in
get a
the-
camera drone like we have. We have a drone over here.
Send it up there and see what you see.
Yeah, and it's got the camera that you can actually monitor on your phone while it's up in the air, so you can actually see what you're looking at.
But remember, you got to disprove things like Copernicus, and you're talking about like old science that's got to be disproven yet. And
But why, if we can see Pluto, we can see Venus, we can see Mars, we can see, they're all round the Earth. We see the Earth, it's round. Why is it that we would be flat? I think it's just people that are bored, or maybe it's the left or something. I don't know what it,
well, I think they
You know
might
what? I don't
also
know if it's
argue.
the laugh.
Mhm.
I
I
would
don't
have
know.
to say that you're. Hold on one second, please. I believe 100% that it's to make discussion.
yeah.
It doesn't make any. It's just to make a topic
Divide and
that people
conquer.
disagree with. Exactly.
Possibly
That's
just a
all
major
it is.
distraction. Yeah, possibly just a major distraction.
The old
You
wag
could
the
be
dog,
right.
wag the dog. Keep them busy.
I mean, let me tell you what. You tell me that every pilot on this planet who has flown an aircraft does not know that he has to start to descend when he hits curvature. So if he were to, all right, let's say a Boeing 747 starts going at 30,000 feet. Do you realize that plane starts to have to lose altitude to stay at 30,000 feet because the Earth below it is curvatured?
yeah, he's
So
right.
every pilot that ever lived is a liar.
He's right.
Flat Earthers, call in right now. Steve Gangrene wants to talk to you.
Yes,
Why
I
do you say Steve Gangrene? I don't get the joke. Let me in on the joke.
Chat room thing, I think.
Well, where did it come from? Where's the gangrene thing come from?
Oh, I just made it up. Go with it. Jeez.
You
Why does
go
everything
with
have to
it.
be
You
live?
go with it, Mr. Big Shot Man. Your house is so pretty. I love your pool and your cabana and your house.
It's gotten so much better. I
You
painted
need
the
to
cabana. I gotta
call
do
me
a
when
follow-up.
Mrs. Producer is whatever. That's a nice. You stop. You are a Californian off the 401 and the 104 and take the Ventura
Oh,
Highway.
This place is bombastic. I gotta do a
Mr.
video of
Midnight
the
Movie
inside.
says you
Had our
live
floors
in
done.
Watts or Compton or some shit like that.
No, I don't.
I
I
know,
live in
I
the
know.
San Fernando Valley. And it's a beautiful community here. Not, it's probably not my. It's not where I want to retire, but it's definitely a great place.
It's
And
a
by the way,
party house. It's what it looks like.
yeah, what I will say is this, and both of you are the first to hear this. The paperwork has finally gone through. Everything is set. Just got our loan fully approved. It's done. It's taken a long time, but it's happened. So we got refinanced, and everything's great. I just can't. I couldn't be in a better place as far as that goes. So very happy.
Good one. That's very good. That's excellent.
What the bad thing was for this to happen, we had to get the home. We had to have it. The inspectors come and they do. What do you call that? An estimation or whatever they call it, estimate or. Anyways, the land value, for some reason, in the last 7 months, skyrocketed. Went up about $70,000. So the home value has gone up by 70,000, and which sounds great when you think about it. But guess what? That means another like $2,500 a year in property taxes. So I'm a little bummed. It's bittersweet news.
Do you know that some of us over here pay $98,000 a year in property taxes?
Whoa.
Do your research. I can show you on a share screen. Yeah, look it up.
What? Are you talking about just like a...
And here's what happened to us. Here's what happened to us. When we had such a cash flow that we paid off all of our rent homes. We owned them outright. I mean, with deed. And when you do that, then you're responsible for the property taxes. Out of your pocket, you have to write a check. And that's where it kind of got conglomerated a little bit, because it's a big, high bite out of your life to pay property taxes in Texas. Have y'all heard about all that?
No. What's the issue? Is it just a high...
It's unbelievable. It's the highest, one of the highest property tax things in the country. And they're actually trying right now, they're trying to pass legislation through that will say, let me show you what I'm talking about, because I've been all over this.
Yeah, no, I'm going to look that up too.
Yeah, it's called, well, you just look up property taxes in Texas. And they're sky high. It's unbelievable. They're trying to get they're trying to pass something through right now, chances of Texas House Senate agreement on property taxes. On May 27th of 2017, the House adjourned. They're trying to get it down. It says House proposal aims to limit increase in Texas property tax bills. They've gone nuts. I mean, it's just like they just charge whatever they want. I mean, it's unbelievable. And the nicer the school, you're screwed. It's a school tax.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
I mean, they do that here. We live in a great school district, so the property values here.
And you don't have kids. That's what's so fucked up about it. You have to pay for other people's kids. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. No kids that you know about.
Did you know that the average effective property tax in the state of Texas is the fourth highest of any state in the United States of America?
I mean, I'm sure ours is up there in the mix somewhere.
I don't know. I'll look it up and see what it is. I would think it'd be high where Steve's at in Colorado. I mean, that seems like it'd be hot property right now, right? Y'all talk while I look this up. I'll see which one.
I think we're here at 2.5%. I want to say. I can't remember what it is, but it is not fun. Steve, did you ever get that BMW you were talking about?
I did not.
Good
Can you hear me?
Yeah, fuck BMWs.
No, I like them still, man. But I just, in the whole idea of needing room for gear, I thought Lexus was the best way to go. That way I'd get the comfort, I'd get the performance, almost the performance, maybe a third of the performance, but I'd have plenty of room and I'd be in, ultimate comfort. That's what I wanted. So that's what it came down to. And then I was going to trade it in and get the M6, and I looked at the M5. I'm like, nah, fuck. I couldn't pull the trigger, so.
Yeah. You know,
it's a big decision, especially when it's $70,000. You know, it's a big fucking decision.
And
the M6 is $70,000.
You could be buying a lemon. A lot of those BMWs, they're completely computerized in their engines and all this kind of stuff. Okay.
Yeah, fixing those is no joke.
The highest property taxes in the United States are, number 1 is New Jersey. Number 2 is Illinois. Number 3 is New Hampshire. Number 4 is Connecticut. Number 5 is Wisconsin. And number 6 is Texas. Number 7 is Nebraska. Number 8 is Michigan. Number 9 is Vermont. And number 10 is Rhode Island.
Thank you, Blow Eater. Now die. Just kidding.
Seriously, I wouldn't think of those places as being the highest taxes.
That's what it says.
New Jersey, Illinois. Illinois, I get. Illinois is fucking insane.
Well, they have a
It's
percent.
nuts.
Like Texas is 1.9%, and New Jersey is 2.4%. So that's a big difference. Hawaii is 0. They're the lowest one. They're 0.28%. Hawaii. I mean, think about how weird.
Yeah, but a loaf of bread costs you $10 in Hawaui. A gallon of gas costs
is that
you
what it
$15.
is? I mean, I've been
Yeah,
there.
the offset
You
is
want to talk
ridiculous.
about paradise? I've been there. It is paradise. There's no doubt in my mind. Have you ever been to Hawaii, JP?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Shut up.
I've been everywhere, except I have not been to Texas.
I can't
I don't know
believe
why.
you just said that.
I have a reason
JP.
to now. I'm going to go to Texas soon.
No, don't come here. I'll come
Texas a
there.
few times.
What?
Been there a few times. I've been in Texas a few times. I was at Fort. Oh God, it's not. It's further than Dallas. If I was coming down from Illinois or Colorado,
Austin?
wait, don't tell me.
Austin?
It's a fort.
Fort
No,
Worth?
No, I know. Fort Worth. That's where my brother Donnie was shot.
Really?
Fort Worth, while on guard duty. Yeah. And then I
had
went
no
there and
idea.
I had my brother-in-law who's a sergeant. And when we went down there, you know, it was pretty cool. It was actually, I really enjoyed that a lot because I got to drive a real Hummer and fucking
Sucks.
sit in a real tank, and it was kind of cool.
Don't come here. It's horrible. It's terrible. JP,
I
you said the
think-
magic words
Why
a minute
not?
ago. You said, I've been
I'm gonna
everywhere.
Well, I've been a lot of places.
I've
Not
traveled
Every road in this here land. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Crossed the deserts bare, man. I've breathed the mountain air, man. Travel, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. Where has JP been? He's been to Reno, Chicago, Fargo, Minnesota, Buffalo, Toronto, Winslow, Sarasota, Wichita, Tulsa, Ottawa, Oklahoma, Tampa, Panama, Mattawa, Baltimore, Salvador, Amarillo. I've been everywhere. JP's been everywhere. Jewish producer has been everywhere. Travel, I've had my share. JP's been everywhere. Where else have you been, JP? He's been everywhere. Louisiana, Washington, Houston, Kingston, Texarkana, Monterey, Fairfield. JP, you are Control Shift Command F2. What are you playing?
Like that?
What is
I'm
that?
making music.
Oh, it's a-
You want more?
It sounds like a horn honking. It does.
It's rave music.
It sounds like it's on your
Yeah.
AM radio dial.
Listen to this sound bite I got.
50,000 watts.
I made a bunch of sound bites, and I'm using this app I have where I can put all the beats together, and they have, you know, all these bass lines and all kinds of beats, and then I add in some voice like this one.
Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not creepy.
Sounds kind of weird.
Please don't kill me.
Make it stop! It's like Brazilian porn.
I'm gonna get my cajon out. That's it.
Okay.
Oh
Very
no,
nice.
I'll get the ukulele out and start playing if you start doing that. That sounds like old rock and roll or disco beats.
Yeah,
It is. That's my
70-ish.
disco beat. That's exactly what it is.
Nicely played.
Got my electro. I got my disco. I have a deep house. I got a soul one.
What
Pretty fun.
what app is that? What app is that?
Oh, it's amazing. You got to get it. It's so fun. I've probably spent $25 just upgrading it. It's called
Name?
Oh shit!
Remix Live. Remix Live.
Remix
Giving
Live.
away my secret, my trade secrets. That I'm making all my own, my little spots for Mr. Midnight Movie, and
Oh,
it's fun.
cool.
Yeah,
What are you eating?
these are.
Don't tell me.
I am eating.
No, wait. You're eating barbecued pork rinds with a Jewish flair.
No, it sounds heavier than that. I'm gonna go with it's a meat product,
No. It's
like
something.
a burger.
No, it's not a burger. He's a snacker. He snacks all the time, but she gets good snacks. She doesn't buy garbage. I was joking when I said that. You're having it's some sort of a chip thing. What is it?
It is.
Trail mix.
It's by Sargento. They make
Sargento.
really good. Sargento, and it's got cheese, like white cheddar bits, and it's got salted almonds.
What is
And
it?
dried
It's
cranberry.
a trail mix.
Sort of. It's all separated. The cheese is separate, and then on the other side, it's got the nuts and the cranberries. Oh, it's good. They're a good little snack. Carry them around with me everywhere I go now.
Sounds expensive.
It does.
So
Had to be-
rich.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Asshole.
It does sound expensive.
Sounds so
Stop
costly.
playing it!
It's funny though. Your music doesn't sound like it's worth very much.
That's somebody on our show that said nice. Listen to this.
Oh, you grabbed the bite?
Nice ass. Stop it, you're scaring the birds over here. I don't even have any birds.
Okay, your squealing killed his dog.
Listen, I'm going to smoke my crack pipe.
Who is that?
It's my
Who says nice?
nice ass.
Is it 3M?
I don't know who said
It's
that.
3M. Come on,
Don't
3M.
stop. I'm going to recite
I distorted
the
the
poem
voice so many times
Hiawatha.
that I have no idea who it is.
Stop it.
You better stop. You're going to get Deborah all mad.
No. I'm going to read Hiawatha, the poem.
Go ahead, ruin it for everybody,
I can
JP.
overpower him very easily. Jewish producer, I want you to listen to me. Just hold on a second.
Okay.
Jewish
Stop.
producer, this is God out of the Old Testament. Your God, the Moses God
Hello
that you
up
believe
there.
in. Hello. Stop doing that to Debi Daly or she's going to kill you. And I can't help you.
I like
I don't
God
want
says
your
hello.
questionnaires.
What? Did y'all know if I was to read the entire poem Hiawatha, it would take me 4 hours by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow?
Oh, is that the longest poem of all time?
Well, if it takes 4 hours to read, I would say, yeah. Wouldn't you think so?
It
Huh?
better be close.
Stop. One more is all I have to hear, and then I'm going to do Control, Shift,
Dude.
Command,
I'm done.
F2, and you're electrocuted. Or I'll pull Dr. B on the call. Huh? By the shores of Gitche Gumee, by the shining Big Sea water, stood the wigwam of Nakomi, daughter of the moon, Nakomi. Dark behind it rose the forest, rose the black and gloomy pine trees. Stop it! Rose the firs with cones upon them, bright before it beat of water, beat the clear and sunny water, beat the shining Big Sea water. There the wrinkled Onakomis nursed the little Hiawathas. Stop it! I hate you. When
I'm
you,
giving
you're
it
rooting
some.
for everybody.
I'm giving it some flavor.
you
Come
won
on.
the dumb thing on the voting thing on Twitter because you, me, and Mr. Midnight Movie are the ones that voted, and y'all both voted for you.
Woo!
Cheater.
Winner.
Deb, did you
You
vote
always
for him
beat
too?
me at those.
Excuse me?
You always beat me
Sorry
at
if you
those
voted
things. Oh, sorry. I interrupted.
I did it. It's all my fault.
Nice.
Okay, I have just put into effect, I have to make an announcement. Please be advised that for the remainder of this call, we will go back to over. Over.
I did copy that. Over.
Stop it! Over.
Over.
I wish
Okay,
that was over. Over.
Copy.
Copy.
10 for KMC 419 to base. We're going to be clearing over.
Rocked him in his linden cradle. Bedled soft in moss and rushes. This is
my God.
I know it's
Oh,
horrible. It's
geez.
ridiculous. It makes me just want to kill myself. I'm sorry.
It's only 3 hours and 59 minutes to go.
What I noticed, Debbie, is how come you're not getting any new listeners on? What the hell, man? Like I see the same. Not that I don't,
I got rid of
like
them. I got rid of
Gloviator and
I got rid of a
Daddy
lot of
and
people.
Kurt Green.
I got rid of a lot
I
of
like
people.
all-
I got rid of a lot of people.
Yeah, but what I don't get is how come new people don't chime in and
There's
and
people
stuff.
listening, but they don't, because most of my listens, according to my demographics and my geolocations, they're coming off of iOS cell phones and stuff like that, and most of them just don't want to chat. I know nobody I know will chat that's listening. Victor listens; he doesn't chat.
I wish they would. Sorry.
Well, you've always
I
been
usually listen and I don't chat. I usually 90% of the time I listen and do not chat.
the news guy listens and he doesn't chat. You know how I know? Because I've got him. He's following me on a sock account I've got, and on the main board it'll say "News Guy, listen to this," and he's always, and my show's always on there. I just left that out of the bag. I'm sorry.
News guy, you've been caught.
I've never liked him, and I can't give you a definitive reason why.
It's jealousy. You're a jealous hater. No, I'm joking.
I
You should
just
catch
find him being annoying and fake and plastic. Maybe I do have reasons.
Didn't he go off on you, Debbie, the other day? Was that what I was listening to? Somebody posted a clip of him going on. Was that news guy? Somebody.
Did I play it? I don't think so. He didn't do that
It's
with
like
me.
it was a long clip of him or somebody just railing on you for like 10 minutes. I think it was news guy for some reason. It might not.
No, that doesn't sound like news guy. But there was
Who-
I was playing a clip where he called me over and over and over and over again. Is it that one you're talking about?
No, he was like really kind of digging in deep about
No, that
how.
wouldn't be news guy. News guy wouldn't do that. The Jew,
No, who
the Jew
was
would.
it though?
The Jew would. The
No,
Jew did on
it
your
wasn't
show.
Jew. No, it wasn't Jew. Wasn't. It was one of the guys that has been around for a long time. I for some reason
Joe
don't know.
Seeker,
No,
because he's gone batshit crazy recently.
has he really?
Oh my God, I'm all he talks about.
I mean, not that shocked, but wow.
He's
No,
he's
he
off
was an
the
old
chain.
guy. Somebody that's been around for a long time on here. And it was just like a long tirade on, just
Willie hasn't been out there that long.
Was it the metal show, the metal mania? What's it called? The metal.
it might have been. I think that's what it was. It might have been.
Do you remember they did that song for me when I first came here? Because they fell in love with me. Those guys are not.
That was News Guy. I think it was News Guy.
It could have been News Guy. News Guy wouldn't do that.
Can you play a clip of News Guy so I can hear his voice?
Yeah, let me see if I can find it.
Hold on.
But we have to take a commercial break first, and this is
let's do
we're
that.
sponsored by this person tonight. Take it away.
From the makers of Tickle Me Elmo and Tickle Me Elmo Extreme comes this holiday season's hottest must-have toy. It's Tickle Me
Stabby.
That hurts me.
Tickle Me
Stabby.
is the tortured, angst-ridden teen cousin of
Stabby.
and boy is he sad. But don't take our word for it. Squeeze his hand and let Tickle Me
Stabby.
tell you himself with one of 13 pre-recorded emo sayings.
If life is so fair, why do roses have thorns? There is no God. You hear me? No God.
Why don't you giggle and shake and stuff?
Oh, he will. Just pull a string.
Nobody understands what I'm going through, especially you.
Tickle Me
Stabby.
is just like a real emo kid. Super sensitive and oh so dramatic.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
I hate you too. You're not the only one with issues.
Be careful not to leave Tickle Me
Stabby.
all alone for too long.
I hurt myself to feel alive.
Tickle Me.
Stabby.
Available at Hot Topics everywhere.
Hi, this is Big O 420. You're listening to the Debi Daly Network. Your host, Debi Daly, the one that knows everything about everything. She cannot be told she's wrong. She is the one that knows everything.
Spoken like the intelligent person that you are, Bill.
And everything I just said was a lie.
Bill. Get off my show! Get off!
Well, way down yonder in Louisville lived a cat named Big Bad Bill. I wants to tell you how the cat was rough and tough. He could shut his stuff.
Usually, in my opinion, the truth. Okay? So I don't buy this bullshit. It's just a game that he's playing with everybody. How do you say Bjorn's name with your voice?
Bjorn Eriksson.
My heart just skipped a beat. Is that the voice you heard?
Of course, you give me like 2 seconds to hear him
all right,
put on
already.
an
Hold
accent.
on. I don't know what it is. I can't lie. It's just something about that voice. I hate that fucking voice.
I'm sorry.
When I hate you.
And you know what? Actually, that's another thing I have to bring up. I'm sorry to completely derail this whole fascinating topic that we're talking about. We'll definitely get back to it. But this Lloyd Davies, the Time Lord, number one guy over there on the Nimbusters.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
It wasn't him, but it's a very familiar voice. It's like, God darn it. I mean, he went on funny. Who else hates you?
Well, I mean, there's millions.
Somebody that clearly does not like you.
On Spreaker, there's really, nobody really. I mean,
I'll find that clip.
If it's an old clip, there's a lot of old bullshit that goes around that was they're old.
I'm going to look for it. Give me a second.
But
I'll find it.
As far as right now, I don't know. Whatever. I don't know.
No, everything's good right now. Everything's kind of kosher with everyone. So, almost everyone.
Well, yeah.
From what I've been listening to, anyway. And the whole Joe thing, that's kind of sad because, it is what it is. But I'm sure that's going to come back to.
I don't even know what I would apologize for if I was going to.
Well, maybe you wouldn't. Maybe he would. So I'm just saying, either way, as long as it were to work again.
I don't remember. All I know is the last thing I remember is I was in Discord on May 20-something, and I had been there for about an hour talking with Willie, and Joe was on the call. Joe was in the chat room. He was there. He was listening. And I went on with Willie was asking me all these questions, and RD and I were answering him about when I first came to Spreaker, because Willie goes, hey, what is this deal when you first came to Spreaker? Well, RD started saying, well, when I first came to Spreaker, a lot of people were trying to get him to hate Debbie, and he had come over with the Jonathan and the Slayer 454 crowd from Pete Santilli's show. They came from Pete Santilli over to me, and it was Dee's sister, Jonathan, Slayer, it was RD, it was Andrew, Aussie, Andrew was in the group, and they all migrated over to my show, right? And so he started telling Willie, yeah, it was really weird. All these people were going, hey, man, don't like Debbie. And I don't know if it rubbed Joe wrong or what, because I left. I said, bye, guys. I'll see y'all later. And I just put myself on mute and just whatever. I just muted myself in the chat room. Went, and I was gone for about 6 hours. When I came home, I was banned.
And what did Joe say to you?
What I heard was that the first time it was Stabby that did it. He said, I tried to make Debbie look like, I've got the audio of Stabby going, I wanted Debbie to look bad, so I banned her. But then from what I heard, it just had something to do with that Discord chat, because before that, the last show we did together, there was no problems at all. I mean, he tells everybody that he thinks I'm crazy, and I don't believe Joe feels that way. I honestly don't believe that. I think that some people do believe that, but I don't think Joe feels that way.
I think Joe likes you. I think Joe cares about you. I just think that politically and some of the things just should never have been talked about that were. I think they just became.
You went into it hardcore with him one time. Y'all were bad. Y'all were fighting like dogs.
And I'll play that audio right now, and I wasn't wrong in the thing I said.
I know, but the chat room, Joe's also bad in chat rooms. He'll come in there and just like, he was threatening me the other day. He was saying, I wonder what Jet's father, his poor little fella, his grandmother's a drug addict. I'm going, what are you talking about, Joe? It also happened when he started doing that shatter. And it was when Eric started.
See, I heard you say that. I don't think that's it. I maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know.
He sounds
he has such a high tolerance.
But he sounds different on his show. He sounds dark and weird, or he just sounds different. I don't know. I don't understand it. He just doesn't sound like the, hey there, the wake and bake guy.
Cheerful, happy, fun. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. He just
maybe he's just depressed.
I don't know. I mean, if he is, I never made
Joe. Honestly, what do they have to gain, all of those guys, by not hanging out and having fun with us, or what? What do they have to gain? I mean, if you ask me,
I honestly got tired of Stabby's negativity. I got tired of it. It was just so much that I couldn't bear it anymore. It was like every fucking word out of his mouth in my chat room was, well, here we go with this again. I've got the show muted. It was just always just ram. And it just sort of brought to me, maybe not to you, but it was just like this negative bullshit in the chat room. So I just got sick of that. So that was when he moved. He wasn't even banned, but he just decided to open up Discord, and I was invited over there. In fact, I was the goddess. I had the most power of anybody in the room. And it just went weird or something. I don't know. It was just weird.
That's weird. Doesn't that suck when something like that happens in your life and you're really not sure why?
I don't know.
Shaking your head like, what the fuck did I do?
For them to say, oh, she's a bitch or she's crazy. No, that's all bathtub girl talk. I want you just to say, because you can't like me for that long and then decide you're going to start telling people you don't like me. Because, do you know what I'm trying to say? It just doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. It's childish bullshit.
It's like, no, you don't feel that way. It's, oh, well, she's crazy and I was trolling her the whole time. No, you weren't. I mean, you weren't, Joe. I'm sorry, you weren't. You had a lot of fun on this show, and he called me. I never really called Joe in. Joe called me every night. And if I wasn't calling Joe, he was on Skype going, "You're late. When are we going to start the show? Hello." It was like this thing. And then I think Dennis coming on. Dennis was a big negativity. He was a downer on the show. He just pulled it way down. And I think Dennis got on. I think Kurt and Joe butted heads really hard. But it really wasn't that they butted heads. It's just that Joe would really jump on guys a lot hard. Some guys really, really hard. And I didn't want to white knight for some guy and make him look like a sister boy, going, well, now don't you speak like that to him. And so I would sit back and listen to it, but he would really just get nasty. And
the one thing that he said that comes to truth when you're speaking was when he said on the air, he said this a couple times. He said, listen, I'm the one that tells the jokes here. You guys just show up.
No, I thought I'm pretty fucking
what a
funny.
dick thing to say.
I'm pretty fucking funny too. But he got very possessive, and he got to where anybody that came on the line, he was there to. One of the last things he said to me is, he said, "Debbie, isn't it funny that I run off all your stalkers, all your creepy stalkers?" Like, he goes, I'm so mean to him that I run them off. Because one time he ran off Mr. Midnight Movie. I'm going to pour some Sprite in my Forever cup. What is this called? Those cups that...
That's what I have.
What's it called?
The thermalized cup.
I don't know what it's called. It's called... Mine's by Arc.
Mine's Arctic something.
Mine's RKI. Steven gets them at his thing.
Yeah. Now, I like Joe. Everybody kind of like Joe, but there's this certain time when you just don't want to be around him because he's just pissed at the world, and you're going to be in the crosshairs of that.
And
for
Joe
no reason.
Joe cannot. It's like he'll go, well, well, wait a minute. And here we go, you know. And anytime somebody would say something and Joe disagreed, it was like a major war with Joe. You know, he went batshit crazy against Rusty. Remember?
Yeah, I did. I was on that call.
Remember Joe? I mean, Jewish.
I remember. I remember.
Yeah.
He fought with pretty much everybody that came on the show.
But that's not.
I
don't want to hear.
Is that safe to say?
That's bullshit. I don't like
Oh yeah,
that.
he met me for no reason several times, and you know he's just a pussy, and you know it's good. It's not gonna. You know what's he trying to do? What's his goal?
Goal?
And then after he does that, he always goes. He'll go on his show right after that, and he'll say, "Hey man, I'm just a laid back stoner dude. I don't do anything. I don't care about my listeners, but all he talks about is that Debbie fudges her numbers, Debbie's fake numbers." So it does matter to you, Joe, because you've always talked about people's listener numbers on the network here, and so
if something doesn't matter to you, you don't bring it up because it's the furthest thing from your mind. If you don't care,
like that Joe is 800 pounds.
Who says that?
No, I'm just throwing out a fact. I'm just trying to prove Steve's point.
Yeah, well, you know, it's I'm hoping that it works out, and maybe with a different way, maybe with a little bit less aggression and more towards you. Like that does the show. Just have a good time.
Steve, you're right. Absolutely. The bottom line is, why not join forces when you have opportunity to work with Debbie, who's, you know, I mean, I can't speak for them, but Mr. Midnight Movie and I really enjoy Debbie and Steve. We like your company, you know, and it doesn't mean anything other than we like sharing company, sharing thoughts, and doing shows and entertaining people.
Right.
I mean,
Thank you. I agree with you
understand.
100%.
And entertaining each other. We laugh a lot.
Why would you want to run away and hide and be, you know, just be hermits in their own cocoon somewhere on Discord? Who the fuck cares?
Discord, that's like opening up the floodgates to anybody at any time just coming in there and speaking up and saying what they want on the show. And the sound quality is horrible. Everybody's always nobody mutes themselves. It's a lot of noise.
And how many thousands could I wager right now that they're listening right now?
Of course they're listening.
Unless they're on the air, they're fucking listening.
They're listening.
And that's fine, because I you know, I've said nothing that I regret saying. I'm just saying that, you know what? It could be better if it were done right, and if people came in with a better attitude.
See, here's the thing,
and approach
Steve.
the show the
Steve,
same way that I do. Wait, can I finish?
Okay.
I come into the show with you, Deb, always with respect. Number one. I have a lot of fun with you, and
not me. I make her earn it every night, and she does.
I'd like to earn it with you for about 2 hours, baby. But go ahead, Steve.
You
and I'm back out quiet.
You know. Different show for a different
I don't
night.
get it. I don't get it.
I'll
This
be
is
right back.
such a
I gotta
cool
go refill my drink. I'll be right back.
Cool.
Well, when I'm talking about it, hold on. Let me say. When I'm talking about it, I don't say somebody's crazy, that they give me all these names. I don't do that. What I do is I talk serious, and I tell what I know to be true. I don't call names and be mean and weird. Now, the Tickle Me Stabby was done as a troll against Stabby. Stabby'd been trolling me for years. I thought, well, I'm going to troll him back. So I just did Tickle Me Stabby. And that was when it went, that was not long after Tickle Me Stabby, he kind of went off the deep end on me and got really pissy and weird. But I don't do what they do. I'm not ugly and mean about it. They're all tacky and mean in the chat room. So, see, you're not doing that either. You're not calling them names or saying this or saying that. I'm just stating facts. He was a lot of fun, but then there was a complete other side that you had to put up with, which was his temper. He's got a violent temper. He's very sensitive. It's like you have to walk on eggshells. He has glass feelings. You never
he's very aggressive.
Never know when
very
he's going to
aggressive.
Yeah, never know when he's going to go off. Because
I noticed that, and I'm like, somebody like it'd be a fun thing the whole way, and all of a sudden somebody would come in and twist that just a little bit to where he didn't like it, and everything
just
went up for
couldn't-
shit. And I was like,
yeah,
what is
here we
going
go
on?
again. Here we go again. Yeah, another fight.
How did we do this? We were almost through the show, and all of a sudden now we're screaming at each other.
Mhm.
And not me, because I just fucking listen. I'm like,
I
okay,
couldn't believe
whatever.
that night he
Because
hopped
it
on
became
you.
a regular thing.
I couldn't believe. Yeah, it was all the fucking time. It was everybody he was jumping on. I couldn't believe that night with you. I thought, God, this is a freaking nightmare. Y'all were screaming at each other. What was it? He said, Steve, do you take pic? Was it about your photography or something?
I think it was how I make money with photography. And so I'd sent him some links, and yes, you can. You know, they are contests, but yes, I do make a lot of purchases from there. I get a
And
lot
he
of
sits way back from the mic and he goes, well, and I thought, here we go. And he started it with you, and it was like this, that was a horrible night y'all got in a fight.
Well, no, I think that one started when he started talking about sexuality and you know, sucking the dick. And he said, right, Steve? And he said it too many times. To
Oh,
me.
that's
I don't care
what
how
it
many...
was. You said, stop
Right.
insinuating that I'm gay. He goes, right, Steve? That's right.
And I'm like, dude, listen, if I were, I'd say it. I've been under 7 years. I'd fucking come to it. I like women. That's it. I mean, why you got, and that's when he lost his mind, because you're not allowed to go back after Joe. Joe's allowed to go after you and beat the fuck out of you verbally.
That's
but if you
right.
come after him,
That's right.
Look out, you busted him.
That's why I never
Mhm.
would accost him on the show, because he chimps out. That's why I call him Chimpin' Joe. He just goes fucking nuts. He did it on Mr. Midnight Movie one time. He goes, and one thing he always does to men is this. Joe joined the services out of Canada, the reserves, and he stayed just the 5 weeks so that he would get the benefits. Then he quit. And he always says, well, you're over there talking so bad about your country, Mr. Midnight Movie. Did you ever serve your country? He always does that with people. You know, he always starts that little thing. And then when we have somebody come in named Rusty that's in the service, he had signed up, Joe just beats him to death over his father being a admiral or something like that. So
Well, I don't know if he beat him to death. You know, I think that Rusty did really well for himself. Rusty doesn't take any shit.
Rusty put Joe in his place. And then Joe, of course,
Yeah.
went the next day and chimped out and did a full hour-long show about Rusty. He needs to just calm down. I mean, he's just...
Is it a matter of too much time on your hands, do you think?
Well, he has no
And then you think
job.
about
He has
shit
no
way too much?
family. He has no job, no family. He has no...
Well, that's sad. That's horrible. And I'm sorry that that's the case. But do you think that that's what it is, that when somebody has so much time to think about things over and over again, that eventually they're going to find a way to manifest themselves into an argument because they're going to vent?
And if you're
And we
smoking
were venting.
if you're smoking that much marijuana, that much cannabis all the time, you're going to be, you know, you're going to not hear voices, but you're going to your mind's going to play mind tricks on you, you know. And you just all of a sudden he just turned into this hateful monster against me. Hateful monster.
Yeah, I wasn't there for that part because I was in the middle of my dad and the move and stuff. So I missed. I'm glad I missed it, to be honest with you. I never did come out here for that. I always tell you, I said, Deb, I'm going to be out here tonight. Let's have some fun. Have I ever not said that? I always say that.
I know, me too.
'Cause
I
it's
mean,
true.
I don't want to have
That's the
bad.
goal.
I don't want to have a bad time. I like to have a fun time. That's why I like when we laugh and we have fun. That's what we're here to do. I think it's what we do. We have fun, and it just got with him to where it was just nobody could say a word, and he would go nuts.
Well, yeah, and I felt that too. And it was what it did was it. And I'll say this on the show. What I think it did was I think it put a lid on the show to where people were afraid to bring up things because they couldn't be themselves. Because if they were themselves, then Joe would start attacking them and going after them. And he did that with me, you know. And he knew how to push my buttons. And he's very good and very, very good. He could be an engineer. So he knows how to push a button and he waits.
Yeah, but
that's
he's very calculating. That's not a good
Right.
quality to have. That means he's actually a 14-karat gold asshole is what he is. My brother was like that. He would say really underhanded, mean things to people like, so, you know, and he would just cock back and say, so, tell us about, you know, and he was really mean to Curtis. I mean, he just
kind of setting you up for the fall. That's exactly what he did.
He viciously attacked Curtis. He said, so, Curtis, because Curtis was on the show when I think Jewish Producer is packing. Are you there, baby? Are you there?
He went hell of a size drink.
Well, when he went after Curtis, I thought, enough's enough. I mean, he wouldn't let up. It was just, he was horrible. It was horrible. Horrible.
What has Curtis said out here that has hurt anyone? Not one thing did he say that hurt anyone.
No, but
He's
he
never
said one
been
night
a hurtful person.
He said one night that his girlfriend and him did something, and Joe would not let it go. And I see he thinks that I don't know what it was, but he just wore him out constantly about it. And finally, Curtis started fighting back. So,
well, that's the only thing you can do with somebody who's being a bully. Like when he came after me, he thought I wasn't going to do anything. And no fucking way am I ever going to sit and let somebody destroy me for no reason. I mean, if I'm an idiot and I did something wrong, I'll apologize. I'll own what I did. But I won't be, bambasted on a show that I've been on for so many times.
Yeah, you've got seniority over him, right? So to speak.
Well, yeah.
In a way.
Well, I mean, I think our friendship is deeper.
Stop it, JP! You're killing us, buddy. What's all the noises? Jesus!
Oh,
ouch!
What were you making? A hut?
I'm wrapping a gift. Shh.
Oh my God!
It's not Christmas time, and that was some really good weed, right?
No, but it's somebody's birthday tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Well, then you're
He's been doing shows on me, slam shows on me since May the 18th. That was the first time he did one. Really, I mean,
and I'm sure tomorrow I'll get mine in now because I said something.
Oh yeah.
And I don't care. Waste your time on me. That's fine. Don't believe that I make money. That's fine. Yes, I work 2 jobs. Sometimes I work 3. But guess what? I'm proud of that fact. I'm proud that I get up every day and I go to work. I'm proud of that.
Here's a little bit of his most recent show. Let's see what he has to say here.
Ash. Yeah. Good movie. She was excellent. She could play.
Oh, he always plays somebody else's content. It's somebody else's show or whatever. Yeah. Let me see what else he did. He did this one recently.
Toya family. The mother doesn't like her. She's waiting for that inheritance, but she ought to know that as soon as Vic gets any money, he's going to dump her and only give her what he has to give her.
Yeah, if you only knew the truth, Jew.
Oh, my God, Jew.
And then this is Joe's show he's playing.
Well, that's just really, really good.
With rock and roll Great White.
He started playing for Darren and Willie and those people, these old things where people were, saying stuff about me and stuff. He was being like Bathtub Girl,
Just grabbing clips.
Yeah, these old clips and playing them and being so proud. And then he did, the next one was to somebody, I forgot, I think it was Willie in the chat room. He played my show that day, my complete show. And then the next day he did, and he would play my show and play these cuckoo noise sounds. So it just goes, and that was all the way back to May something. Jeez. Yeah, and he's gone crazy. So he's gone. I mean, as far as I can tell.
If you feel like you don't care about somebody, if you feel like you don't like the dialogue that they have on their show, why in God's name would you play their show on yours?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
He plays my show all
the time. I don't get it. It confuses the fuck out of me. If somebody says over and over again, I don't like this. I don't like this person. I don't like this thing. I don't like the part. I don't like the way you're talking. I don't like the way the dialogue goes. And then you go and repeat it on a loop. Tells me that you've got problems in some way, shape, or form.
Are you saying Joe has problems?
No, I'm just saying anybody that does it. Debbie they had this done to her by so many people. Joe, you're just one in 1,000 that could not handle it. You choked, or it got to you, or you weren't man enough, and you fucking went to another show, and now you're playing her show. Just like everybody else did. And guess how long they lasted?
Debbie is fun to loop.
This is a fun place to hang out. I don't care what Jewish producer says. This is a fun show. It has fun banter. I'm honest.
I love hanging out here.
But I'm saying it's like people say, one thing that they say over there is that my whole audience is nothing but trolls.
What? Get over yourselves, guys. A bunch of idiots.
Right? Exactly. Get over your fucking selves. Playing the silly shit. You know what? And then the first thing that they'll do is defend any female out here. Any female to defend, but not Debbie. Because Debbie's strong. But they'll fucking attack her.
Well, let me tell you
the one I'm surprised about, and I'm going to be honest, is Apocalypse. I know you don't like to say his name even, probably, but, he gets nothing to gain from this except hanging out with people that he doesn't need to be hanging out with all the time.
So what do they think? This is the great China Wall, and it's going to collapse because they're not here now?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they think.
Is that what they... Okay, well, then they're on the same thought process of the last 100 people.
My listening numbers, that's what Goose said. Goose said, what are y'all trying to fucking do? Because it's not going to work. He says she's just going to get stronger and more powerful and get more listened and just get bigger and bigger. I don't
Every time you think of her name, she just gets more popular.
Yeah, if anything, it gives you opportunity to move on and, focus your attention on the new people who haven't arrived yet for some reason. I don't understand why, but there should be more listeners here.
Well, a lot of people don't like to chat in that chat room because there's people in there that are in sock accounts and they're mean, and it's just something that I don't really go around. I don't go to the chat room very much because it's really just a bunch of assholes, to be honest with you.
Numbers are good, right?
Oh, God, yes. They're off the charts.
Yeah, they're awesome. I've taken a look at them. They're pretty damn good. Really good.
Hey, did I ever... Steve, I want you to tell me something. I'm not going to tell you. Steve, do you remember one night... right after I came on Spreaker, and I was screen sharing alone with you, and I was showing you these unbelievable, crazy numbers on my total time spent listening, and you were sitting there reading them aloud on the air. Do you remember that?
I absolutely remember like yesterday.
And they were in the millions and stuff, and we're going, what the fuck is it?
I remember, well, we pulled up one, and it was like 4-point-something million hours listened, and we made sure okay, it says hours listened. Okay, and then we went to the next one with everything combined, and it was over 5 million something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen those numbers too.
And we looked right at it.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what they were or where they came from, but he says that I photoshopped it.
They're not Photoshopped. It's the same font. Hold on. This is real easy to fix. If you think that it's Photoshop, I'll prove you wrong, because I know what font is used. Okay, I know a curricula font is used. I'm an expert in Photoshop. And I'll tell you one thing that is not Photoshop.
I've never done Photoshop in my life. It doesn't even go with Macintosh, I don't think. I wouldn't even care if it did or not because I wouldn't use it for anything. But he did a whole thing, a big, long 3-day thing that he sung this song. It says, Debbie's full of lies and something. I don't know what it was. He sang this song over. It was on a loop for hours on end, I think.
See, now, here's what I always wonder about this. Are we now giving him exactly what he wanted by talking about it?
Probably. He's probably over there with his hand and he's got his lotion and his tube sock out, I'm sure. But it has to be talked about, because if the people aren't going to get my side of it, then they're only going to get one side of it, and they're not going to know.
Well,
when I ignored Bathtub Girl for years, she never went away until I viciously came on the air and fought back, and then she went away. I told people the truth. I played clips and I played my side, and everybody kind of went, "She's a nutcase," right? And that's not what I'm trying to do to Joe right now, but I'm just saying I think there's times, like it's late at night, it's okay to be talking about it. It's not like I'm trying to do anything with this right now. You know what I mean?
Well, number one, it's your show, and you can talk about. Well, no, it's her show, and she can talk about anything she wants to on the planet.
Yeah.
My only thing was, I think that people like, let's say, Angela Truth, I believe that she gets off on hearing people talk about her. I mean, I physically, like, when you was talking Tube Sock, I'm thinking her with a Sky Vodka bottle. That's how much she enjoyed it.
Why, Steve? Why?
Because
I just got that picture out of my head, and you had to bring it back up.
Seriously, I haven't thought about that in weeks. Thanks,
well, what does that say? That tells you how fucking demented it all is.
And he fell into the same category. He's basically doing what the Jew and Bathtub Girl did. So that's basically what Joe is sunk to. I mean, if you think about it, his actions are no different than them. Because people,
Joe is the new Bathtub Girl?
The real people that honestly have seriously come out and said that they hate me would be Bathtub Girl, the One Angry Jew, and probably Desert Rose, and Iconoclast, Todd Morris, Rick Landstrom, which we know behind the scenes that was bullshit. Guy, that was bullshit. There's really not as many as you think. Now, people will say stuff in chat rooms sometimes, like, "Oh, Debbie's such a bitch," but it's just like, whatever. That's mob mentality. You have to study it. That's called mob mentality. That's just wanting to be accepted, like Dennis did. Dennis has never been a part of a man group. No men on Blog Talk Radio had anything to do with Dennis because Dennis is weird. He's not all there, and he's always drunk. And I think that Dennis did it because he wanted so bad to belong to this group. Hey, guys. He's never had a hey, guys, and none of these guys work. And they all sit in that chat room 24 hours a day and just talk shit about people and everything. I don't know.
And smoke shatter.
And they shatter their brains.
I'd share that experience with them. I don't mind that. Give me a little shatter.
That part I would probably do.
I want some of the shatter.
If I thought I was doing something that was making me a fucking complete tool, I would never do it again as long as I live. That's why I stopped drinking, because I knew it made me a complete asshole. Took me a few years to figure that out, but I knew it.
But we've all made some mistakes. But that's. I don't blame the shatter. It's weed.
I don't either. But I think that you should be able to stop things that make you act differently. If you're acting unlike yourself, then you need to stop doing whatever it is that you're doing.
Well, here's what I don't get. I don't get when people are on the show for so long and they're just jovial and I love you and this, that, and the other. And then when something gets crooked, it's just like, oh my God, she's such a crazy psycho bitch. I hate her. I mean, how can you go from that to that unless you're bipolar or whatever? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or, seriously, I'm not kidding.
It's an interesting question. It's a very interesting question. I don't know how somebody does
Jewish
that.
producer, I think that you make noise on purpose.
You know what? The show needs some sound effects sometimes. I have to say, I have to say this though. You've lost your head a couple times, like a lot of hosts, and it's not a bad thing. It's just you took you had an emotional response.
Okay, when? But
some kind of output.
Me?
You.
With who?
Now,
with who?
I'm just throwing this out there. Let me finish my thought real quick, and then maybe I can come up with a specific. But you've taken some input from listeners or whoever they are. It got you upset. You took the emotional ride. You went down that path. You got upset, and you did it for everyone to hear. And it was live, and it was listenable because it was like real emotions being displayed on your show. And so those I would, if I'm just hypothesizing here, I'm throwing this out as a not fact, but this is just kind of something I'm throwing out there as what I think it is. And you've proven that you're human, okay, and that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing because you're human. And so you've come and you've risked a lot by demonstrating your emotions, and you've done it for all to hear. And I think that those guys have taken that as a sign of weakness, maybe, or a sign of, well, maybe this is something that at some point they can cajole out of you. They can create a situation where you lose your mind.
She's crazy. Yeah, that's where they get she's crazy. Okay. Because 99% of the time I'm laughing and having a good time with these guys, but then if I start talking about my little brother, or if somebody comes at me and says something behind the scenes, because I put up with a lot of shit, guys. I've put up with Jimmy Lethal. I put up with Mr. Midnight Movie half the time being goofy. I put up with a lot of stuff. I'm pretty liberal on this show, guys. You've got to give me that, okay? And you've also got to remember, I'm the one chick in an entire sea of males, and I am different. I am very sensitive. I am multi-orgasm. I am a very sensitive woman. I really am. I'm very. I cry at the drop of the hat. I laugh a lot. But it doesn't necessarily equate crazy. Crazy.
Can I answer that? And if the guys do it, wait, and I'm going to include myself on this. When I lose my shit, and I have a fucking fit with somebody, and I've done it 100 times on this show, and I lose my mind, nobody says that about me. Oh, Steve finally got some balls. They compliment me. Why is it when a woman does it, who has her
Well, you've
own
taken
fucking
heat.
show with her name right on
Look,
the
Steve,
fucking
you've taken
marquee,
similar
when she
heat.
does it, it's completely insane.
You've taken similar heat because you've gone out on a limb, and I'm saying this in a good way because that takes courage, and it's not somewhere I've gone, but I've heard you do it. You've gone way out there, and you've gone on emotional tirades too, and they've taken that as maybe a sign of some kind of defense or some kind of weakness in your game, and so they've tried to. I don't know but there's people out there. In the past I've seen. I don't even know who, but you know what I mean.
You're right.
And that's good. That's a good thing. I mean, that's people remember you.
And JP, here's
okay,
the
now
funniest
wait a minute. It's my turn.
You
No,
are
my turn. You went. Now my turn. Jewish producer, you and Mr. Midnight Movie have done a lot of slam shows about the old Debster here. Shall we play those? Huh?
I think we shall.
No, I'm just So let's don't go pointing fingers.
Debbie, we would never talk about you in a negative way.
Oh,
Never.
Jewish producer. So I'm saying Steve made a valid point, and I want Steve to continue that point because that's a great point. When guys do it, it's okay, but if I get upset or get emotional, I'm crazy,
No.
Something isn't wrong. No, I'm telling you from the
not
years
true,
I've been
though.
with her.
Let him talk, JP. Let him talk to it. Let him talk, JP.
Okay.
It's my opinion, and I'm allowed it. That's I'm allowed my own opinion, and that's what I've seen throughout the years. Because she's doing what she does, and if she does anything outside the norm, it's crazy. But if a guy does something outside the norm, it's completely fine. He's just being a guy who's blowing off some steam. But a fucking female can't. That's why no females last out here.
I
don't tell many of them. What's that?
You took a lot of shit for that. People went off on you. It wasn't okay.
I don't care.
People took advantage of that.
I wasn't even the host, though. They were coming after me on somebody else's show.
It's not about a matter of whether you care or not. I'm just making a point that it's in that particular case with you, when you went off and you went emotional and you went berserk, people went nuts on you. I think it was a great thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not blasting it. I'm just saying. I got you, brother. The double standard did not apply there. I think they went off on you like they went, not quite like they did on Debbie.
No, Debbie has fucking videos. She has entire shows played about her because they didn't agree with her.
True. Yeah, but you don't have. You're not doing your own show.
Fucking 3-4 hour shows and looping her stuff. They never did that with me. I mean, there's no comparison, JP. I'm sorry, bud.
Well, maybe if it was on your show where you were the one that had something to lose from them doing, Debbie, I think the thought behind it is Debbie has more to lose in that situation. If you know what I mean, it's her show.
Probably.
We're hosts, we're guests, and she's the host. So, in that sense, she has, she would have a little bit more at stake. But I get your point too.
Right. Well, don't you think the prize is right now? Listen, anybody who could take Debi Daly down will be the first person to do it. So she's king of the hill. So if we can get her down, we're fucking cool. Even though they're going to realize, shortly after that she'll be right back anyway. It wouldn't even matter. But
Bathtub Girl launched actual campaigns to have me taken down.
Oh,
she would have
she was crazy.
Okay, there you go. That's crazy. Telling people she tried to take my children across. The lie just grew, and it first started out with I had called one of her minor children or something and said, "Come and live with me. I have horses" or something, and then it went to child abuse. It went to all this. I mean, she just let that go crazy. Then when Heather got pregnant with Doodlebug, she said she was pregnant. I mean, you want to talk about a nutcase? There's your fucking nutcase.
Oh yeah, no debate there.
There's no debate whatsoever. And but she never had. I mean, in all seriousness, she never really had a following. She never had a Debi Daly. The way people, when they think of you, they think of Phil Henry. They think of people of prominence and people who know how to do this. They think of your uncle. With her, they think of a vodka Sky bottle. That's what they think about. Even before that, she was nuts. She's
you
completely
kidding all
she's
that
completely
crap
nuts.
going on? You think that's gonna win, my Lord, reign, Father, Son, Holy Ghost?
Thank you, Curtis.
That's my
Thank you,
buddy right
Curtis.
there. I haven't talked to him in forever.
This one says Joe chimping on Wake and Bake. What is this?
Oh, I want to give a shout out to the real me out in your chat board.
Oh, the real me's there?
There we go.
Best picture. Best picture I've ever seen.
The dick in the face picture? Oh, I love real me. I also love Infotaint. Infotaint's
Good one.
adorable.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen my chat room tonight. Is there anybody in there?
Yeah, I'm not there either. So if you're saying anything, I'm sorry, guys.
I got a couple. I got my tablet out and everything, so I'm able to look at multiple things. And yep, he's there. What's up, the real me?
The real me.org.
Oh, Joe's online right now talking about us. Y'all want to hear what Chris Nelson said, though?
Well, I absolutely.
Chris Nelson sounded a little violent. He's just playing a loop is all Joe's doing. Okay, here's Chris, a little bit of Chris.
Through alcohol. We all have our ways we run. The way I run was through alcohol. When you come back and you're walking amongst the living again, you realize that you've got to find other ways to deal with people that push you towards wanting to run, and how to confront those people and how to handle those people. And just this week, I've been listening to Pastor Rick Warren's How to Deal with the Crazy Makers in Your Life series. People that just, you can't, you have to deal with them, but you can't, they're impossible. And some different things like dealing with people that are sarcastic. You know, sarcasm cuts. I used to use sarcasm a lot. I don't use sarcasm anymore.
It fuels me. It fuels me like gasoline. It just
I love fucking sarcasm.
It makes me what it does with me, because I was raised with a bully. My older brother was a bully my whole life, and when I finally started, because see, a bully is the kind of person. The bigger, have you ever heard the saying, "The bigger they are, the harder they fall"?
Of course.
The bigger the bully, if you fight back, they will run off like a burnt rabbit and whine for months. Because if you hit them one time, you're like, it's just the same old story, a decade and centuries old, that the bully that comes in, it's all, and then you say, why'd you hit? You didn't have to hit me. You know, like the Cowardly Lion, when he came into the Wizard of Oz, he was going, ruff, and he was real mean, and then she slapped his face, and he goes, you didn't have to hit me, did you? That was the classic bully. The story of the bully. You can read thousands of stories about that throughout the ages. And usually the bigger the bully, and Chris Nelson was a bully. And when he got bullied back on my show, he ran off with like a burnt rabbit. He would come on and he would talk over me, and he would just talk over everybody.
Snore over you.
Yeah, he would just...
And the minute you took your show back, he would hang up.
Yeah, he
every fucking time.
Every freaking time I started talking, he would hang up. He did not want to hear what I had to say. Period. I can show you thousands of examples.
Let me give another one of my opinions, if you guys don't mind, really quickly. I believe that there are a lot of males that come out here and assume that they're going to be treated better than Debbie should be. And I'm not kissing anybody's ass, because I know what this is going. This is exactly what people are thinking. Oh, he's kissing her ass again. No, this is how I felt for 7 years of working with her. I think that people come into the room. I think people get real comfortable, before you know that their chair's padded and their mic is improved and their style is better. And all of a sudden they think it's their fucking show, forgetting the whole time that they wouldn't be there if it weren't for the person that they're going to try to fucking topple over. It's hysterical to me.
Yeah, I've had that a lot of times with men. They'll come on and they'll just get, to where they don't even talk to me. I mean, the other night I stayed on mute just all night because I thought I can't get a word in. And so and even Bloviator goes, wow, they're all ignoring you. I said, that's fine with me. I was tired. I was exhausted.
Remember, Dennis used to have to be reminded that you were on the call.
Yeah.
We used to have to remind
he'd
Dennis.
always go, "Hey, gentlemen."
And Debbie. Oh, yeah, and Debbie, too.
And then anytime I
rude.
talked, he would go, "Debbie," and I would go, "Dennis, shut the fuck up! What are you talking? I mean, shut up! Quit interrupting me!" And everybody knew that he was horrible. He's been arrested for wife battery. He's been to jail for domestic violence. So I think a lot of these men are these macho men that probably don't get along with women very long in real life. I mean, that's why I've always said, go beat your wife, because I'm not.
I was there for a lot of that, and I didn't care for the way he handled himself. And I didn't care for the way I handled myself. That being said,
Oro Shango,
but there's a way to rectify things.
Oro Shango called in about 2 weeks ago, or about a week ago, or I don't remember when he called in. And I allowed Dennis to call in and say hi to him. Did you know that Dennis never once, everything he said, he goes, Oro. So Oro, and then he did this stupid, lame ass, retarded thing for the Discord chat room. Okay, he goes, Debbie, I'm going to go out and have a piss and a smoke and a break and all that weird stuff. And he goes, while I'm gone, can you play the song? They're coming to take me away. Aha, oh ho, ee to the funny farm. I said, sure, I'll play it. Because I knew exactly what he was doing. He was putting on a little show for his non-friends in that chat room over there. Yeah. Those guys don't have any respect for Dennis. It's hard to respect somebody that's on the show every night acting like a buffoon. And he was on my show going, hello, gentlemen.
Oh,
he was.
He was a mole? I didn't know that.
No, he wasn't a mole. No. He was just an idiot, for lack of a better term. He's just. But
he needs friends.
Well, he needs.
I never understood him.
He needs a life.
Never.
Dennis was better when he had a job and he was working. He spends too much time, like you said about Joe. He's these shut-ins.
I just think that when you're sitting alone all day and you're waiting for the fucking show to start, you've thought too much. And good things don't come from people who sit around and just think all day. Unless you're fucking Einstein, which none of these people that we spoke of are. You sitting around procrastinating about your life and wondering what you could have been and should have been, but you aren't. And you bring it to the airwaves, it's not going to be good for the listener.
And then you hear my show come on and you hear my family always walking in the room. And I'm like, I just got home from this place or that place, or I've got all the dogs to go and do stuff. I've got a life going on. I work at an attorney's office part-time. I've got things going on. And I think that they might look at that. And some people, I don't know what it is, Jewish producer, it's either one of those names that they call it, borderline or whatever, where if you see somebody have something that you think is a good thing, like what you've got going on right now, JP, I love it. I would love to be out there jumping in the pool and chasing Doobie.
You should.
Yeah, what I'm saying.
I stayed all day in there yesterday.
Dobby,
got drinks.
Dobby and Sherman. I would love to go out there and play with them and hang out with your wife. Is brilliant. I'd love to meet her and look at her art and talk to her. I mean,
she's on fire right now.
I'm like with Eric. Eric's more into the in the real life thing with people. If I really am,
there you go. But
I'm so far away. Y'all are all such northerner Yankee bastards, or you're Californians that take the 101 over to the Ventura Highway and exit the 405, and you're right there on the right.
And sit in traffic for 7 hours.
You wouldn't believe it. Right where I live, I've got the 5 freeway, which goes straight to downtown LA.
God, here we
I got the 118. The 118 freeway takes us all along the northern border of the San Fernando Valley, all the way up to Pasadena. You got and also the 405 freeway, which is my byway right up to Santa Monica and to
Makes
the
my heart
10
hurt.
freeway.
Make it stop. I love it.
We're all right here. I'm at the perfect
How
spot.
horrendous is your traffic?
You know what? Where I am, I'm in the North Valley, San Fernando Valley. So we're out of the bustle of LA, which is why I chose this city to begin with. I was real methodical about where I was going to buy a home, and this place is just out of reach of like heavy traffic. But of course, if I'm going to go to see Mr. Midnight Movie, I got to plan accordingly, because it will take me over an hour to get 18 miles to his house.
It's the longest delays in American history, isn't it? California?
No, but it's pretty high
I
up.
think it is. I think you guys just made it.
It might be.
The slowest expressway commute in the United States is in California, and I know
I've
the
lived here
401.
I lived here my whole life, so I know the perfect times. Yeah. There are times you can manipulate and get on the freeway and get where you're going without too much hassle, but invariably I'm going to get caught in traffic at least once a week.
Yeah,
and that's bad enough. But I'm pretty good about when I hit the roads and the routes I take, and I'm always on my Google Maps and looking at traffic indicators. And so there are ways around it, but it's pretty gnarly if you're not careful.
Did you say gnarly? Oh my God!
Yeah,
it's gnarly.
It's very gnarly.
Here's one of your most recent dinner parties that you had. A little audio clip from it.
Take the 101 to the 110. When you see Disney Concert Hall, stop and get out.
It's all about the 101 and the 405 and the 101 and 110 and the 118. That's all it is. It's just like.
Yeah. I didn't even mention the 101. It's about 10 minutes from my house.
Don't do it anymore. It's so. I don't know. It's just always. Nobody I've ever known else has ever talked about this, but I just find it fascinating that every California person is always about California love.
That's smart.
My daughter Jade wants to be there so bad.
Oh, send her down.
She wants to move to California so bad.
Have her come stay at my place for a week. We got plenty of room. We have extra room. It's all good. Set it up.
It's been her favorite since she was a little kid, and we never taken her there. I've taken her to Florida and Tennessee. She's been to, and then I've taken her a lot of different places. But she said, "California, Dad, that's where I want to." I swear, once I get married, which she's going to get married in a year. I'm like, all right. If you want to go to California, baby, that's fine. I want you to be happy. Wherever you go in life, just be happy. It doesn't matter.
We host people all the time. Well, we have out-of-towners here like once a month. So anytime, if you come down, or Debbie or anybody, even invitations always open to Apocalypse, but fuck him. And even Kirk Green, come to L.A. Come stay at my place.
Well, that's awesome.
I would have a hotel room because I like to have my own private thing going on.
I hear you. I like being private
and
too.
You would
I'm
have
not
to
too
go.
big on
You would have to go and run an errand for about an hour. And
I'll be honest. I'm with you. I don't like. I like having my own space, but I will say it's come in handy for a lot of people. A lot of people, for some reason that I know, they don't give a shit. They'll come and stay, just sleep on we have a fold-out couch. It's got its own room. And it's all good.
Well, then that's worth it.
Yeah,
I would love your dogs.
Beats the hell out of
I would love your dogs.
Hotel.
No, I have to have my own space, but I would come and definitely see you guys.
You're not. Yeah, fun. You can't sleep in my house, Debbie. That'd be bad news.
No, I don't think I would do that. It's the one thing it's the reason I'm with Victor. It's the reason I'm with Victor because he stayed overnight in my boyfriend's house. And we had a midnight rendezvous. We had a midnight rendezvous. We did. I swear to God.
Oh, my God. Now it comes out.
No, I was living with Ronnie. I've told y'all that guy from Oklahoma.
Ronnie, yeah.
He's an attorney. And I went to Lake Eufaula with him on Memorial Weekend, and he never would let me go home. He made me move in with him after that weekend. That was our first date. He made me move in after our second date. And Victor had already been to my office the year before and walked in to try to sell me something, and he asked me to go watch him play rugby that weekend. I said, I've got a boyfriend. I can't go watch him play. And I thought, oh my God.
He's like, I don't fucking care.
I thought, oh my God, this guy is so cute, right? Well, then when Ronnie said, baby, come down to my office and have lunch with me, I walked in, I went, there's Victor. Victor was his manager, and I went, oh my God. And Ronnie goes, do y'all know each other? And I went, didn't you come by my office? And he goes, you're Debbie. You're Ronnie's Debbie. This is the Debbie. Ouch. And stop it. And then he came out there. I hooked him up with my best friend. I hooked Vic up with my best friend. And they dated. And he didn't like her. Yeah. Vic and I were just friends. And then the minute Ronnie and I broke up, which was very weird, Victor just zoomed in on me, and
he knew what he was doing. He did the math on that.
Yeah, he's the one that called. I have to tell y'all what happened. Ronnie got really drunk one night, and he was living with this girl after he and I broke up, and her name was Romney. I kid you not, Romney. And I got real lonesome one night. It was Valentine's night, and I picked up the phone, and I called up there, and I heard this voice go, hello? And I said, Ronnie. I go, Ronnie? And he goes, Debbie, sweetie, how are you doing? And I said, I'm just really low. And all of a sudden, this voice picks up the phone, and she goes, you fucking bitch, get off this phone. And no, listen to me. And so,
that was Vic?
No, it was Ronnie. It was his girlfriend, right? Him and I had broke up. And so the next day, Ronnie gets in his car and drives nonstop to my apartment. Comes into my apartment. I was dating Vic. Okay, Ronnie and I broke up. You know, it's like Ronnie was Victor's best friend, and I didn't know this. Well, anyway, I was dating Victor, and Ronnie comes to my apartment drunk off his ass one night. And he comes walking in, and Ronnie he's like 6'3", drop dead gorgeous guy. And I said, I can't do this, Ronnie. And he had left his girlfriend to come back to me. I said, you can't do this. Things are different now. Well, I didn't have the nerve to tell Vic about it. And so the next day, I said, Vic, you need to know that Ronnie stayed at my house last night. And he goes, what? I said, he came over drunk. Nothing happened. He slept in the bed with me. Nothing happened. And he goes, whoa. And I said, I just need to be honest with you. So he picks up the phone and calls Ronnie, and he said, if you ever come around her again, I'll kill you.
Oh.
There you go.
So there you go. And that's the crazy beginning.
That's how you handle it.
He said,
that's exactly how I handle it. Fucking right.
He told him, he said, I'm so goddamn sick of seeing her be, because see, the reason I broke up with Ronnie is he was fucking a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader behind my back. And I didn't know this until he came home one time with rollerblades in the car. I said, what do you have rollerblades for? And he was out there. But he had an engagement ring on my finger. Okay. He wanted me there. He was really good to me, though. And when I said, are you dating Pretty Judy? There was 2 Judys in our circle. There was Pretty Judy and Judy. I said, are you dating Pretty Judy? And he goes, yes. But I'm sowing my wild oats and all this kind of stuff. I said, you can stick your wild oats straight up your ass. And I moved out, and he went nuts. He went crazy. Bashed my car in. Did he really? Yeah, he went crazy. And then his attorney called me one day, and he goes, Debbie, this is Randy. And I said, yes, what do you want? I'd already moved on, and he goes, Ronnie's been sitting out there at the lake drinking Jack Daniels out of a bottle for 2 days. And I said, I don't give a fuck if he takes the Jack. I said, you don't understand what happened. Y'all don't understand what happened. There was a little bit more to it than that. Ronnie tried to hide something from me, and it didn't go over well. He had gotten, well, never mind. It just was not good. And Victor was so pissed off at what Ronnie had done. And so were all of his friends. They felt sorry because I've always been like this sweet girl that's sort of the, just the one that's the one that's not the bitch that you just want to go out and have sex with other girls just because you hate her guts, or something. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Or is
so I've married 3 of them, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not like that. I'm supposedly, according to everybody in my life, they say, you're just a sweetheart, Debbie, and he didn't like that. He didn't like the way Craig had treated me. He didn't, because I only had like 2 boyfriends before Vic. And he didn't like the way people had treated me. And he said, and he treated me like a queen, and he still does to this very day, except when he does business. He treats me fine, but it's real weird, though. It's just like he doesn't take care of business or something. I don't know what to say. It's weird.
Yeah, all right. And then so you find roller skates in this guy's car.
Yeah, rollerblade, brand new set of rollerblades.
I was out cheerleader, probably a hot. What's with the ugly girl and the pretty girl with the same name? What was that?
They were both
Judy, was it?
They were both named Judy Meyer. There was Pretty Judy and Ugly Judy. And
so how ugly was Ugly Judy?
She was gorgeous. She had dark hair, but Pretty Judy was, oh my God, believable. She was Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. And I told y'all I had a huge circle. I used to go drinking every night almost with John Nyland. Have you ever heard of John Nyland? He was a real old. He was a lot older. He was like my dad's age, but he was part of my social circle. One time I was out drinking with all of these people, and a guy walks up to me and he goes, "Do you know who this is?" And my boss introduced me because my boss represented the Dallas Cowboys. And he said, "Do you know who this is?" I said, "No, sir, I don't." I said, "Who are you?" And he goes, "This is the fastest man in the world." And I said, "The fastest man in the world?" I'm so sorry. It was a guy that was the fastest man in the world. What was his name? He was a black man.
Carl Lewis?
No. He was on the Cowboys.
Oh, on the Cowboys.
Emmett Smith?
No. Fastest, he set the world's record in something in the Olympics. He ran in the Olympics.
Yeah, I don't have my phone available to do that. Only to talk on.
They called him the fastest man in the world was his nickname, and I said, I'm so sorry. Well, after all the guys go, Debbie, do you know who that is? I almost hit it. I almost thought about it. So I want to say not Renfro, not Lance Renfro, but it was the fastest man in the world. And I thought, oh my God, you have to call my dad. And so
Bullet Bob Hayes.
Bob freaking Hayes. Yes, I've got pictures in my house. There's pictures of me in my.
You know he's dead, right?
Yeah, he died about 15 years ago, I think, or 10 years ago, didn't he?
Yeah,
broken heart.
Too.
No. And so I pick up the phone behind the bar. I reach behind the bar and I get the phone. And I call my father in Lubbock, Texas, and I go, "Hey, Dad, somebody wants to say something to you." And I give him the phone, and he goes, my dad said, I have to ask you one question. What did you do in the 67 Super Bowl or something like that? And I didn't really know what they were talking about, but something about the 67 Ice Bowl or something. I don't remember what it was. But my dad was going, oh, my God, Debbie's out with...
That's cool.
He was an older man. I mean, this was like a dad figure type person. But he was, Bullet Bob Hayes. That's who it was.
Shit, I was 1 year old in 67, so...
I met, I didn't know these people in their prime. I mean, this was back,
No, I know.
This was in the 90s and stuff. And this was when these guys were like really, John Nyland.
Well, he was probably still in excellent shape at that point.
Yes.
He was probably only 10 years removed from the NFL.
Well, the neatest person I met that had to do was, who owned the Cowboys? Frank Burleson, is that his name? Murchison. Yeah, he came to the parties all the time that we had. I worked for Robert for over a year and a half, and it catapulted me from boom to boom. I mean, it was crazy the people that we ran around with, and I was.
That's cool.
Yeah, I was Debbie at his office. I did everything for him, and I was. Oh, you know who I met? The coolest person was Martina Navratilova.
Really?
Bullet Bob Hayes, by the way, won a championship one year. He was actually an all pro player.
Wow. Why did they call him the fastest man in the world?
He won 2 Olympic gold medals in I think it was in Japan. It was like in the 60s. I think 64 or 68.
Yeah,
he was
100 meter or 50 or
he was as old as my dad because my dad knew all about him. I didn't know about him. That's why I put him on the phone with my dad. So, because he goes, I bet your father used to watch me play football, and I said, for who? Did he play with the Cowboys?
Yeah, absolutely. He was drafted sometime in the late, mid 60s, and then he went on to play for quite a while, won a championship in 71, I want to say. He went to 2 Super Bowls, but I think they won in 71 or 72. I can't remember which. And he was a punt returner, and he was a burner. I've only seen videos of him, obviously. I was too young, but I wasn't even born, actually, at that point. But, he's pretty damn... That's pretty odd. Was he nice? Was he a good guy?
He was
he
just
died at 59.
He was an older man. He died in 59.
No, he was 59 when he died. It's not very old.
He was an older man. I mean, I remember him being my dad's age. Because he was saying to my dad, they talked for I don't know how long. Because I remember thinking, my dad, he goes, I bet your father, he goes, you're too young to know me. Because I felt so embarrassed. I didn't know who he was. And then Robert goes, feel of his legs, Debbie. And his thighs were like as round as I was. No, that was Too Tall Jones. No, that was Emmett Smith's. No, that was...
I knew Jamal Anderson, a running back for the Atlanta Falcons. He went to high school at the neighboring high school from where I live, and we used to play basketball together. And he had thighs that were bigger than my entire torso. That guy was gigantic.
I forgot who this guy was. I saw Too Tall Jones at a hotel recently, and Jet was with me. And he goes, and I turned and I said, "Hey," and he goes, I said, "Debbie." He goes, "Debbie." And Jet goes, "Mika, who is that?" And have you ever seen how tall Too Tall Jones is?
Like 7'1" or something?
Yeah, he's a huge man.
And he picks up Jet, and I've got pictures of him with Jet and everything. We were at a hotel doing something. I forgot what we were there for. And Jet was just like going, "Oh, my God. This is like, because he's
a building."
Yeah, exactly. He was like, "This is a transformer."
Too Tall Jones was 6'9".
6'9". Okay, that's close. Yeah,
Jet
pretty
goes,
damn tall.
How tall are you? And he goes, "How tall do you think I am?" And he goes, "You're going to be as tall as I am." He goes, and Jet goes, "I hope not." You know how rude
you must hit your head on doors a lot.
Children are so grossly honest about things.
Yeah,
that's what makes them so special.
I know, they're so sweet. He's still gone. Don't talk about him. Change the subject. Hurry.
You said, I'm all right. The Cubs are going to win the World Series again. Boy, with Bob Hayes. They have to keep playing like this, fuckers.
Do you have money on it?
At the World Series, no. I did last year, though. I did really good last year. I did really, really good last year. So this year, I'm like, I don't know. I want to wait till the All-Star break, and then I'll make my decision like I did last year. So, but I'll probably drop 5,000 or 10,000 on it if I think that they can make the playoffs, and if they can make it past the first round, and then the money changes. So, but I did really good last year.
I'm looking.